Yeah, right. We are live. Yes, we are. What's up, everybody? Yes, this is Mike Harlow. I had the camera on you, so they were watching you put your headphones on.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Well, hey, this is Mike Harlow, everybody. We are. So we're live. Hey, so hi, everybody.
I was being a vain bitch, like getting ready.
That's okay. That's the one swear you get.
Sorry, I just realized. Oh, that took about 2 seconds.
I don't know how often we actually get to. I don't know how many we get. I hear you get a couple before that, but they check the first minute and they're like, if there's.
So we're starting now.
Actually, no. It's kind of funny because I could scrub like the first 3 minutes of it. Yeah. So we basically cut this down to the wire. He came in pretty late, actually, because you went to Boston on accident. All right, so just make sure you're talking to the top. See how I'm talking like right into the top of the mic?
Is that good?
Yeah, just adjust it so it's in a spot that's comfortable for you. You good?
Yeah, I'm great.
Yeah, that's good. Why don't you just say a few words so I can
I was going to say I had a couple mishaps getting here.
Yeah, you did.
I missed the bus, and then I got on the wrong train. I still don't know how that happened, that I got on the wrong train. But I'm here somehow. I was like going to Boston from New York, and I somehow just like turned it around. But
you made it.
Here. I made it.
I'm really happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here, dude. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Seriously.
Like before we knew each other, I was such a fan of yours. So
thank you.
I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming. You actually made it here of your own accord, which I feel like I wanna talk to you about that. We'll talk about that after the show. But
wait, as opposed to whose accord?
Mine. I wanted to help you get here, but you were like, I'm gonna be there, and I'll pound it. Yeah, that's so it was awesome. We met 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now.
I don't even know what planet I'm on, let alone time.
He has no idea where he is. But he made it here, and that's what's great. But we met a few weeks ago at the Walk Away campaign rally here in Philadelphia, and that was a lot of fun. You were actually really hilarious, and I was like, this guy's pretty funny.
Oh, thanks.
So we became friends, and now you're here, and we're gonna talk about you.
Oh,
so
great.
I know normally we have subjects during the week, and this is kind of impromptu.
Am I the subject?
You are. Yes. We'll
I was gonna say I don't even know how to get on a darn train.
There you go. Wait.
So
way to
I'm the
filter
genius
yourself.
Who's telling you people about politics.
And
like,
yet,
don't listen to me.
And yet, who made it here? You did. So there you go. So we're gonna talk about your walkaway movement, what you're doing now, which basically you're working for the walkaway movement, essentially, right? Working for Brandon.
Yeah, basically, we've pretty much been on tour, going around the whole country.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like we're pretty much the only people who are really doing much during this time in terms of like actions to do. I mean, that's been a constant frustration of mine. Is like, where are our people? Mm-hmm. Where it just seems like the left controls everything. They run.
It really does feel that way.
And it's like
the
our
media,
people just
sports. I mean, everything. I mean, really, it does feel like the media conglomerates, like everything is all for anti-Trump, pro-Democrats, everything like that. It's pretty insane.
And I think the reason that we're seeing them flip out so much now is because they had gotten used to so many years and years and decades of having no opposition.
Yeah.
And now suddenly people are pushing back. So
try to see how the mic's like this.
God, I don't know how to get on a train.
No,
I don't know how to use a mic, and I'm going to tell you all about how to run the world.
See how the mic's like this? Point it down and straight at. There we go. Way better.
I was going to make a joke, but YouTube wouldn't like that.
you can totally make that joke if you want to.
That's okay. You got it.
I think my viewers can handle it. But anyway, let's start with how you even got to this point, because you've been banned from Twitter like 3 times now, right?
I think I have the record. I have the title. I am
the title of most banned.
I'm the most banned person in the history of Twitter.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a badge of honor, right?
I guess it's like the lemonade you got to make out of.
So before we can get to that moment, let's where are you from? How about just tell me where you're from and like how you even got to this moment? Like,
yeah, I'm from New York City, born and raised.
Oh, you're a New Yorker.
Yeah, I'm the rare one who's actually from there.
Yeah, because I consider myself a New Yorker because I lived there longer than I lived anywhere else in my life.
Where are you originally from again?
I'm from Chicago originally.
That's right.
But I mean, I moved to New York when I was 19. Lived there.
Oh wow.
Till I don't know, 2 years ago. So
that counts.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. Yeah. Pound it again. All right. So you're from New York.
Yeah. So I've never known anything else but this.
So you're a New Yorker. Yeah, city. A city born and raised in the city. So,
yeah, I was actually just saying. I was like, being here in the suburbs. It's like so exotic to me.
Yeah. Well,
like
it is
safari.
It's quite nice.
Lawns,
though, right?
grass, trees.
Trees are rare. Yeah, the concrete jungle is something different. So how did you? Were you a Democrat? Were you like on the left side?
Yeah.
SJW. Tell me about what that position of what you. Where you came from.
I wouldn't say I was an SJW because I was never even from like the time I was a kid I was never politically correct.
Yeah.
So, but everything but that. Like I was just a hardcore Democrat, hardcore liberal. There was literally a time that I was considering getting like a DNC logo tattoo.
Whoa.
That's how.
I'm glad you
exactly. Did. Yeah, same.
Oh,
I have enough ugly tattoos. Yeah. But no, I just leftist and Democrat is just the default. So
yeah,
you don't hear other points of view, and especially going to public school in New York, and I mean this was years ago, so I can't imagine how it must be now. But even then, it was such an indoctrination factory. Like it's never a thought in anyone's mind that there might be other points of view in the world.
Yeah, true. How old are you now?
How dare you?
I just want to know, like, because you were talking about being in school, and I'm just kind of curious what. When were you in school? I mean, you don't have to get
bleeping 30.
That's it?
It's gay 70.
What?
Yeah.
I'm 36.
Yeah, but you're straight, so it's like, it evens out.
What, really? Does that really make a difference? Okay, well, I'll trust you. I'll trust
judgmental.
you. I'll trust you on that. So, let's see. So you were dealing with indoctrination even, when you were in high school.
It was crazy. There was where do you begin in terms of that stuff? I mean, the history teacher illegally took the class on a trip to Cuba to teach about us how to be good socialists.
Wait, you went? It was a New York.
I didn't go. My parents wouldn't let me.
Oh, okay,
because they're smart.
But even still, you were in high school, and your history teacher illegally took the class.
Who was
Cuba.
An open communist. When they asked him why, he was like, "Oh, I'm a communist." And the school literally had like Club Red, that was the communism club.
Wait,
no debate club, no civics club, communism club.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And this is in New York City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Public
the mayor?
school.
Who's the mayor of New York City?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well,
De Blasio.
Him, so I guess
didn't he study in Cuba or some sort of country down there? I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is this was before him? I guess Bloomberg would have been the mayor. So can you, if that's how it was then, can you imagine now?
No, I can't. That's pretty insane, actually, to think about.
It's funny. It's funny too because once you realize all of this and see where you've been lied to, you start thinking back on other things. And there's this one thing that really stands out in my mind that it never occurred to me until the past couple of years. But my first day of school there, the teacher went around the room. Oh, by the way, you could probably tell this from just looking at me, but like I hated school. I actually dropped out.
I couldn't tell, but all right.
I was horrible at like the education system is just such a disaster.
Yeah, I do agree with you there for sure.
It's crazy, but so anyway, so the teacher on the first day of school went around the class and asked everyone had to answer the same question: "What do you want in life?"
All right.
So this seems
cool, though.
This was like 2005 or something like that.
Okay.
So the first person answers, "I want the Bush administration to be taken out of office." Everyone applauds.
So everyone's
good
clapping.
Answer, well, the teacher, great, good job, good. And I hated Bush and that, but like, so anyway, the second person answers, "What do you want in life?" "I want the Bush administration." Clap. Third person,
Seriously?
Bush administration. Fourth, fifth, sixth, every single person says they want the Bush. That's what they want in life.
Or everyone wants to be clapped for.
Exactly. So finally, it gets to me.
Really what it is.
And I hate the Bush administration, but that's not like my goal in life.
Yeah.
So I was the only one who said, I was like, I want to have a long career doing what I love and be successful at that.
Crickets.
It was like I pulled my pants down and took a dump in the like. The look on the teacher's face, he was like, "Oh,
that's funny."
He goes, "Okay, well, a little selfish, but
wow,
you feel okay with that? All right, I guess." And then
the teacher told you were selfish for wanting a good career.
Yep. And then every single person who went after me, not one of them diverged from the script. I want the Bush administration to be taken out of office.
Oh my god!
Applause for them. Like, so a message was sent.
Do they even know why?
No.
God,
it's because of the applause. It's because of the rewarding.
Exactly.
But no, I feel like
dopamine kick.
Yeah. No, but I feel like a message was sent in that your lot in life is to be a loyal Democrat. You are a soldier of the Democratic Party before goals, before ambitions, before personal fulfillment. Democrat.
Well, I mean, Nancy Pelosi was like, we should lower the voting age to 16.
They did it. They just did it. Did you hear that?
No way.
San Francisco.
Wait, they actually did it?
I'm pretty sure it must. I mean, I haven't read in depth about it yet,
no way. That can't be a thing. Isn't that a federal? That's what I would think. Like, how do they mess with federal?
I'm assuming that it would be for like local elections, probably. But even so.
Oh, you mean where they can elect Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah.
Isn't she? Well, no, she's speaker. Does that? I don't know. Honestly, I'm still learning the whole voting system. But geez, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, so that's the thing is you have kids who are too young to know any better being taught that, and that was 10 years ago. So it's probably
that's still happening. I mean, we've seen videos all year. I've seen videos of these teachers that are like, yeah, we don't go with the regular scheduled programming. We teach racism is prevalent, and it's like, if you're teaching that, you're making people believe that is the truth. You're making people racist by doing that.
Well, what's funny is I actually saw...
it goes much bigger than obviously, but...
Yeah, well, I actually saw... And this was pre-COVID, so it has to be more insane now. But from the high school that I went to, which was obviously as far left as you can be, I saw all these news articles about they're having walkouts because white supremacy and all that. I'm like, really? From that? And it's amazing because, public school in Manhattan, it was very racially diverse when I was there. Probably
I mean,
50,
I lived in New York.
Black, white.
Man, there's all sorts of different races.
And there were none of these like, don't you guys miss the 90s or the 2000s when these racial... I feel like the time between, like, OJ and Obama. That period in between was, like, the golden age of race relations. Can we just get back to that?
Yeah, I mean, I was born in the 80s, and as I grew up, I just was around... I mean, I actually went to school here in Philadelphia. I went to high school here, and my school had all sorts of different colors, and it didn't matter. It was
just normal.
There was cool people of all colors, and there was a-holes of every color, and that's really the truth. No one wants to face that fact.
Yeah,
that's what always bugs me about it. They're like, oh man, no, it's strictly only because of race. And it's like, no. I've known a white bully. I've known a black bully. I've known all sorts of different colored bullies, but I've known all sorts of different colored amazing people.
Of course,
most people that I've met are amazing people. So
most of them.
Yeah, most of them. I'd say so. I mean, I tend to be optimistic though, So, but anyway, so tell me more. You left high school. You're Democrat though. You said you hated Bush.
Well, that's one that I'm resolute on that. Basically,
still.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Worst president of my lifetime. I still today with everything. If the Republican Party were today what it was
in 2000
pre-2016, there's
no
chance I would be a Republican. I would never vote for them. I would never.
Yeah, I feel like Trump really changed it.
Totally.
Well, he's not a Republican though, is he?
No, which is what when people say that, I'm like, yeah, that's his best quality. No, he's totally changed the party.
So before we get into that, let's talk about your shift from the Democratic side to basically let me hear your walkaway movement or your moment. Because there's obviously something that happened that you were a Democrat, you hated the Republicans, I don't know if you knew much about the Democrats, because I certainly didn't. I was just a default Democrat myself, learning, going into this year basically where that whole switched. But
I always thought, because I was that person that just sat in front of MSNBC all day and only read the New York Times. Ugh. If Rachel Maddow didn't say it, it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I truly, honestly believed my entire life that it's just like the people who want people to have rights versus the ones who don't, and the ones who hate gay people and the ones who don't, and the racists and the not racist.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy.
It was like the Democrats were the righteous party, and the Republicans were like the evil ones.
Which is why I wanted to get the tattoo, so to be like, no racism, and
am not evil,
loving everyone. Yeah,
I'm proving it with this tattoo.
Yeah, right.
See?
Oh God. But yeah, so I'm sorry. What was
no, you were just basically. I asked you about telling me where did the shift happen? When was it? By the way, recently.
It was sort of I feel like for a lot of people, it's sort of a process. It's not just like suddenly, like I realized this about the left, and now suddenly I'm a Republican.
Right.
It took. I mean, I only even registered as a Republican. Maybe.
Make sure you talk.
Oh, sorry. I only registered as a Republican probably in the last 6 months or something. So it's been 5-year process or more for me. But if I think back to like when certain life experiences happened, probably like, I don't know, like the last like 6-7 years.
Oh, okay. So it's a long time coming.
Kind of. I think there were things that happened years ago in like 2012, 2013 that I didn't really start to put the pieces together until like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like for me though, my walkaway journey story, whatever, is maybe a little different than other people's. That it was sort of like crazy things that happened in my life that led me. It was sort of like life experience that woke me up out of this.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Do you want like the Disney version or like the full overshare?
I mean, we got what time? I mean, we got time. I mean, everyone's hanging out. Like I mean, the Disney version sounds good, but I also am fed up with Disney stuff.
Same. Okay.
They want to portray this perfect little peachy world, and that's not the way the world is.
Okay, let's go there.
Yo, dig in.
So,
let's hear it.
So all of my friends then were social justice for. Sorry, I'm like really screwing
perfect.
Things up with this.
No,
mic.
that's perfect. You're good.
Okay, I'm not gonna move.
No, that's good. Well, because you're looking over here, so now
should I not?
Because the mic. No, do that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the mic picks it up much easier if you're speaking into the top of it.
Cool.
So it's actually perfect right here. Just so continue. Don't worry about that.
So yeah, all of my friends at the time were social justice warriors.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, at the time, at least for me, there wasn't even any language to identify them as leftists. SJW. There was nothing.
Oh, okay.
Like I remember. The New School in New York, I was like, people who go there are very politically correct, and it's a certain type person. So at the time, I was like, oh, it's like New School people, okay. Which are just social justice warriors.
I do know what you're talking about. I was living in New York at the time, so I definitely get it.
And so anyway, though, so all of my friends were like crazy social justice warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And then this sounds weird, but go with me. So I was living in this apartment with, those lofts in Brooklyn that are like, those big lofts, and you have like 6-7 roommates.
Oh yeah,
in Bushwick.
Yeah, for sure.
Miserable. So I was living in one of those.
Okay.
Anyway, long story short, so they all moved out. I was there alone, and I had a home invasion.
Oh, geez.
I was raped.
Oh my goodness.
And it was the aftermath of that everything that happened after that somehow changed my mind on everything.
Wow.
Which
well,
sounds
first
weird,
off,
but
I'm sorry that that sounds really rough. No, I mean seriously, that's a rough thing to deal with. My goodness. So I'm glad you made it out of there.
Oh, thank you. But so yeah, no, the reason that I say that though, so is two things. So first of all, back then, this was like 2012.
Okay.
Back then, rape to them was like their favorite thing in the world. Like what race is today, that's what rape was then.
Yeah, that was their the whole Me Too movement.
Oh, and this was even before the Me Too movement.
Really?
This was like it's like rape, transgender, black people. Those are like their holy trinity.
Right. Okay.
So anyway though, so when that happened, and there's so little education on that when it now that I've been sort of vocal about it, I get so many messages from straight men, gay men who have had that happen to them.
Yeah.
And most people don't even know that it's a thing, myself included before that most people don't even know that that's like a thing that happens, Yeah.
It's like, guys don't get raped. Yeah. They always want it.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Because you don't think about the reality,
Yeah.
But so anyway, though, so that happens. I'm, out of my mind and frazzled. So
understandably so.
So I'm thinking I can turn to my friends who all they talk about is rape every minute of the day. Oh, they'll understand. And over the course of the next couple months, any person after person after person after person, anyone I tried to talk about it with, friends I'd had for years, would basically tell me, shut up. Women have it worse. Imagine how women feel.
Jeez.
Check your male privilege.
Oh, my goodness.
And would not even let me speak about it.
That's a shame.
And so it just really showed me their hypocrisy. And meanwhile, these same people, if I ever made a joke or anything, they could somehow twist into being about... Like, one time I went on a horrible date where this guy, at the end, he was like, so, should we kiss? Thank you. So I had said...
I think we can all agree that that's pretty cringy.
It's disgusting.
If you have to ask to kiss... I mean...
Thank you!
Kissing, it's an intimate thing, but it's like, people... There's a... if no one's feeling it, then you're not feeling it. You know, it's pretty obvious. You know, I don't know.
But so I was in a group with these people, and I had said, I was like, oh, it's disgusting when someone asks to kiss you. They all jumped down my throat. You're a rape apologist. You don't believe in consent. You, knowing what I had just been through.
Right.
No, so
that's messed up.
Yeah. So, like, God, one of them, about a week after that happened, one of them dragged me to a comedy show, and comedy, I mean, like Clapter, you know, like one of these pre-Orange Man bad types.
Okay.
This guy who was like an MSNBC guest all the time. This, you know, straight white male who all he talks, you know, he's the savior of black people. He's the savior of gay people. He's the savior of women. And so, like a week after this happens, my friend drags me to see him do stand-up. And his entire thing is about rape towards women. And, oh, these women, they're raped and it ruins their lives. And I had to get out of there. So I just like hid in the bathroom for it. And this was a big issue at the time. I think it was Daniel Tosh or someone, but there were certain things in the news of people making rape jokes, and they were very incensed at that. So I'm hiding in the bathroom to get away from these social justice warriors who I don't even know are social justice warriors yet.
Right.
And I just hear this guy pontificating, rape is never funny. Rape is never funny. And I just remember sitting there and being like, I don't know how, I don't know when. Someday I'm going to find a way to laugh about this.
Yeah.
Just to spite them.
Good for you.
And of course, all these people who won't even let you speak about it, just standing there. Oh, yes. And, oh, I'm writing a letter to get this comedian fired.
Yeah, virtue signaling is that's basically what it always is.
And the
it's
funny
like
thing
them trying to prove to everybody.
Oh, yeah. And the funny thing is that, you know, I had struggled for a long time after that. Like, you know, after I moved, like if a roommate knocked on my door just to say hi, I would like literally climb out the window because I was so afraid of someone like coming to my door, you know? But eventually it was like horrible, offensive rape jokes that made me feel better and become mentally well again. I'm like, who are they to tell me what I can find funny or what, you know?
Right. Well, and it's taking the power away from it.
Exactly.
It's you regaining the power over it.
But I think, so anyway, so that's the first, sorry, by the way, this is like long.
No. I'm asking for this. I was just making sure the camera was good.
You're asking for it.
Oh, stop it.
Told you horrible jokes.
That's good.
But so anyway, though, that was one part of it. So the second part, like I said, you know, I had like a home invasion that happened, so I had to get out of that apartment.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the month. I have nowhere to go, not much money, so I like could not find an apartment and just wanted to get out of there. So I ended up calling this room rental service where you just move in that day and whatever.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we have a place in Manhattan, 28th Street. I was like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
my God.
Nice.
Like $800 a month. I'm like, oh my God, done. I'll take it.
Anywhere on 28th Street. It doesn't matter. Middle of Manhattan.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What I thought.
Oh, no.
So I show up there with my
way west
things.
or way east?
It's like second or third.
Oh, in the middle.
Right?
Kinda. All right.
So I show up there with my things, nowhere else to go. It's in the projects.
Of course.
So I lived in the projects for about 2 months.
That probably wasn't that bad, was it? Oh, was it bad? I'm taking by your look. It was pretty bad.
Have you ever?
I clearly have no idea.
No, that's the thing. I didn't either.
Okay.
I was so ignorant. I had, like, in retrospect, I truly don't know how I survived.
I guess that's just the type of person I am, though, that I would just assume that it's better than, you know, what I hear, you know. But that sucks.
The thing is, though, I think, you know, talk about building a wall. Liberals have built the wall around themselves to shield themselves from the reality of
I could see that.
Their ideas and their policies. So living there, I got to see. So it was sort of the combination of these two things, of the interpersonal side with that, and now the policy side of seeing the results of these leftist Democrat policies.
Yep.
So I was renting a room in this woman's apartment. She was my age. She had, I think, 4 kids, 4 different fathers. Most of the fathers were in prison.
Wow.
I asked her, what do you do? She goes, I'm in the system.
What does
her
that
parents
mean?
were in the system. Her children will be in the system.
What does that mean? Like in jail or?
No, on welfare.
Oh, on the welfare system.
And she was telling me too, like all of the buzzwords and stuff you use to get more money. She's like, oh yeah, you just have to say domestic violence, and you like, it was harrowing.
Messed up. I mean, I have a friend of mine who straight up went to jail because someone claimed that he raped her.
Oh my God.
And then a couple years later, she admitted that she lied, and he was in jail for 2 years. And then he was released because she admitted to her psychologist.
Did she get
or
thrown in jail?
Nope. Nothing happened to her.
I feel like that. I feel like they should get the sentence that
I agree.
Other person
I agree. I mean, anyway, the side story. But so you're in this place. So you're seeing the the democratic policies in place, the whole welfare state.
Yeah. The
which
way
they
that
want to expand, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
The way that it sets people up for failure and traps people, and the way that you get more money, the worse life choices you make.
Right.
And the thing is too, also, like, it was so dangerous being there. It was like I was attacked in front. Like, I just think I didn't realize at the time or blocked it out. Like, I was just like, get out of here as quickly as possible. And what's funny is when I first, when I made my walkaway video talking about this, it literally took about 10 minutes of me posting it before somebody's calling me a racist for talking about this. Which I didn't say a word. I still, to this day, not said a word about what color anyone was because it doesn't matter.
Right.
But so this person goes, well, in the projects, it's disproportionately people of color. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And you know what? They deserve better.
Exactly. And that's what you're talking about. I was talking about the policies of the Democrats doing this. And that's what I don't like. I want better for them.
Yeah,
and I love that.
If you went into this building, is literally just 30 stories of people who have just given up on life, who've been made to. And this is, by the way, is where I disagree with Republicans of the past too, is that, they've had this sort of rhetoric about like the welfare queens and stuff like that. I feel like you can't blame them because for so many of them, they've never, what do you do when your parents were in the system and your grandparents were in the system and you're in, like, many of them have never known anything else. It's almost like being addicted to drugs or something.
Yeah, it's true. And how do we get away from that? Because we're here, it's so much harder to get out of that.
Yeah.
So, and that's really a part of the problem. It's like people are like defund the police. Like no. Fund our communities.
Yes.
Fund the inner city communities. Fund the people that need it. Like, let's just help each other, and realize that there's like, stop helping other countries.
Yes.
Help our own countries. We got so many people in our own cities that really need help to get better in life. Let's help them.
And I believe in there being some sort of like safe, but it should be a hand up, not a, they say social safety net. It's like a safety hammock.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just, I saw how people were being just set up for total failure,
and nobody. This was like 7 or 8 years ago now.
This was like 2012.
Okay.
So yeah. So anyway, I just like got out there as quickly as possible.
Right on.
But so anyway though, and then this was around the time that everyone was getting psychotically politically correct.
It was 2012.
Or it was actually, it was maybe like 24 more. So what? So okay. So sorry.
It was 2012. Tim and I
that was
had
like
an episode about this, about
really?
How I think it was about when Obama was going for his re-election. He really leaned into the race card, and that was also around. I mean, this is a little bit of a different subject, but it was also when newspapers were going under and like online clickbait.
Oh, that's interesting.
Places were getting more traffic than newspapers and mainstream media, and they saw that and they're like, we have to do that. Then it was like the police brutality videos were going viral and all these different things. So like all the different names skyrocketed. Racism buzzwords were spreading out everywhere. White privilege.
Yeah, male privilege. That's what they kept saying
all these
to me.
Things.
My friends at the time kept saying that to me.
Yeah.
Check your male privilege. And I'm like, my what?
Yeah, like what? I mean, I'm still a human, right? We're all humans.
Well, also I'm like, where was my male privilege when someone broke into my house?
Yeah,
like,
and took advantage of you, right?
Yeah, I mean, when does my male privilege come in handy? Like, can I redeem it for Chuck E. Cheese tokens?
Yeah.
When does this benefit me
I
in
know,
any way?
Exactly.
Yeah. But so anyway, so I think though, so then I sort of sat on that for a year or two. I never connected the dots. I just viewed it as like a crappy experience, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I would say like 2014, 2015, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing a lot of writing, and I had this blog at the time of just like, so I tracked all the most horrible dates in the world. So I was like writing short, funny stories about like my horrible dates.
Okay.
Just like stupid stuff. But
were you just like posting them on a blog or something? Or?
Yeah, I had like a blog that like a little following on it and stuff.
Cool.
So so I decided, after I'd written a bunch of them, I decided that I was gonna write one, because other than that's the thing, is like the friends that I tried to talk to about that.
That they were saying, check your male privilege?
Yeah, there was
guys?
nobody that would even let me speak.
Okay.
So after I'd written a bunch of these blogs and I was thinking of what should I write next, I decided that I'm going to write one about this whole experience and tell my story. I'm thinking at the time, I'm going to be like, the leader of men who have had this happen and go me. And that wasn't quite the reaction I got.
Okay.
So
Was it negative? I guess so.
This is probably like my biggest red pill of the day. So anyway, so I write this, like, I pour my heart out writing my entire story, everything that happened in depth. Within a day or two, I had thousands of furious messages because I talked in it about how I'm not a victim. I'm not going to be a victim because I think that you can't help what happens to you in life, but whether or not you're a victim is what happens after, is how you deal with them. Is how you play the cards that you're dealt.
Yep, you can move forward or you can stay there being the victim.
Yeah, and I called out the hypocrisy of these rape activists who, oh God, every day all they talk about rape culture. I'm like, I hate that. We don't live in a rape culture.
No.
You know who lives in a rape culture? Saudi Arabia. Like,
yeah, that's true. And Tim talked about it a lot, about how the people that are complaining about rape culture, they're pushing themselves away from a lot of, I hesitate on the word, like, average people, like potential mates. You know, they end up in this little bubble with guys that are just lying to them, like, oh yeah, guys are the worst, aren't they? And then, like, all they really want is to just get laid, and then so they stay in this little bubble. So they don't even know the majority of most people don't do that.
No.
That's just the truth.
Actually, it's funny, that social justice warrior comedian that I was dragged to see, a couple years after that, he's accused of sexually assaulting women and taking advantage of women. And it seems like a bunch of BS. See, I'm learning to not swear. It seems like a bunch of BS.
Happy. Proud of you.
And he's saying, oh, he didn't do it. But I'm like, I thought we had to believe all women.
Yeah.
I heard you say believe all women.
Yeah. Well, not anymore, because Biden is accused.
Oh, of course. Then
now that he's accused, well, I mean, it's okay. Looking at you, Alyssa Milano.
Oh, they're all just so fake.
I know, they're the worst.
But so anyway, though, so I write this thing. So I called out the hypocrisy of these people. Oh, and this was the time too. Mm-hmm. This was probably more so the time that rape was like their favorite thing. So this was the time that trigger warnings were in every media outlet. Anything they would talk about that. I mean, there were stories of like law schools were going to stop teaching rape law.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
So because it's triggering. So I just felt like, for the past like 2-3 years of my life, I had to do the work within myself to be mentally well and strong and solid. And now I'm being told by these people that I'm too fragile to read a news article or sit in a class or do anything. What? And I thought that was really insulting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I called that out. Oh my God, I had hell rain down on me, calling me every name in the world. How dare you write this? How dare you say you're not a victim? Some site or something that posted it, they banned it and had to apologize for reposting my blog.
Wow.
Telling my story of being assaulted.
Excuse me. You are a victim. I'm telling you, you are.
It's literally,
you have to stay a victim and stay angry. And it's like, why?
And they'll try to convince you that
that's not doing anything at all.
And as if those people have your best interest in mind.
Right,
exactly. If they gave a about you, they wouldn't want you to be in that frame of mind. It's poison.
It is. Yeah, being the victim is absolutely poison.
Yeah.
Especially convincing people to stay the victim. That's convincing them to wallow in what has happened and stay angry and not think about the future and moving forward and furthering yourself. Like you said, you did it on your own.
Yeah.
And people need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, of course.
They need to understand things happen. Not all the time things are good, but whenever anything happens, good or bad, if you can internalize and understand it and how it affects you and how to work through whatever happens. I mean, there's some terrible things that happen to people. And then thank you for sharing that with us, and because that's one of the terrible things. And you are the perfect example of what you need to do when something happens to you.
Yeah. Is
go through it, understand what has happened, and know that you're the only person that's going to help yourself get past it.
Yeah. And I mean, these people were literally telling me how I can speak about my own, as if they have ownership over my life and my story.
Yeah.
And they really believe that. So the thing is that that was sort of the final straw for me, especially how I thought that was something that was just so abjectly wrong.
Yeah.
And having no support from my social justice warrior friends at the time and them backing away from me. So the thing is, this was happening during the primary in 2016.
Right. Okay.
And I really think that when you walk away from the left, or once you realize one thing about Democrats or left, the whole house of cards falls.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like their ideology is just built upon lie after lie after lie, that it's like, you pull on one loose thread and the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, it's not even
like
you have to keep pulling the string. It's like you tug on it a little bit, and it's just like, poof, flat.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, this was all smoke.
Yep.
This is all BS. It's all just you trying to control the system. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
So, I'd always been really into politics. I'd always been a strong Democrat, and so I was trying to decide how to cast my vote between Bernie and Hillary.
Yeah,
and it felt like, because the thing is, and I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but for me at least, it sort of doesn't even enter your mind. Oh, I don't have to vote for Democrats. I'm not legally required to. Like, it's just never a thought.
That's true.
It's like you're not allowed to think that.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of how, like, I don't know. Think of if, like, in the olden days, living in, like, the most sexually repressive time. Okay. It's like, oh, I can't have naughty thoughts. That's sort of like being a Republican. Okay. In this day and age in New York.
Well, that's what they've convinced. I feel like that's what the Democrats want us all to think. They want it to feel like, oh, you're a Democrat or a Republican? How clutch my pearls. My goodness. How dare you? You're admitting that you're a bigot, that you're a racist then. It's like, what? Where are you getting this information from? These people are crazy.
They're like those 80s dolls that you pull a string and they just repeat the same 3 or 4 phrases.
Exactly. Did you ever have one of those?
Oh my God, yeah. Did you have Teddy Ruxpin? He was you didn't have You're from the 80s and you didn't have Teddy Ruxpin?
I never had him, but I know what you're talking
remember
about.
I
remember.
He was my homie.
See the one with the eyes that open too?
Yeah, they blinked. They were creepy.
It was kind of creepy.
They were really creepy.
It was pretty creepy.
You put the cassette in his stomach. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, the stomach cassette.
Yeah.
More kind of creepy, actually.
It was, but he was amazing.
I think back about it. Interesting. All right, so let's see, where are we at? So
it's the primary. I'm sorry, this is like the longest story.
No, this is awesome. No, this is what you're here for. We're talking about your story. So it's the primaries. You're trying to decide who to vote for, and then you have this epiphany. I don't have to vote for either one.
Well, no, it wasn't even that yet. I'm still like
so
trying.
Go ahead.
Those are the only options, Bernie or Hillary, and I'm trying to educate myself and objectively analyze who would be better.
Yeah,
and this was the beginning of, at least for me, of not being able to have any opinions, not being able to critique anything. I remember when Bernie Sanders got screamed at by those girls who shut down his rally, the BLM people.
Right.
Do you remember that? And I said,
Sounds familiar.
I was like, if he can't control his stage, he's weak. We can't have a weak president. You're a racist. You're this. You're that. And so it was around this time that, like, every single day I was they would find offense in things that you could never conceive of being.
How dare you wear a white shirt with a red sweatshirt over it with a leather jacket? Oh!
I know. Oh God, there was one time where this girl I used to know who was a writer at BuzzFeed posted an article about how Gwyneth Paltrow was selling a $25,000 something 64 karat gold. Can I say the word?
I'm not. What is
the
it?
thing you put in your?
Oh,
it rhymes with shildo.
Oh, no.
Can I say that word?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, she was selling a $25,000 dildo.
Did she use it or something? And
she was selling it on her crazy
it was worth
website.
So much money. I have actually used this one.
No, she was selling it on her crazy ass website. So I commented on her post, and I was
wait, is she the same one who was selling candles that smelled like it too? Did it come with it? Was it a combination that you can get?
That would be like $50,000. I'm sorry,
gross.
I can just open a can of tuna fish.
Oh man, all right, where are we?
Well, so anyway, even that, like, I commented on that, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is real. She's ridiculous.
Yeah.
20 people. You're a misogynist. Check your male privilege. You hate women. You're a sexist. You're denigrating women.
Oh my goodness.
Everything. There was one. Do you remember when another thing that was big during this time was Islam? Do you remember the Pulse Orlando shooting?
No. Yes, I do.
Check your straight privilege.
Oh my gosh, ridiculous.
No, but so anyway, so when that happened, of course, nobody could talk about the religion of peace. No one could say a word.
Yeah.
But I saw all of these people talking proudly about, in their own words, heckling memorials for the victims.
That's
50
the worst.
people killed because there were too many white people there. And then I'm a racist for being against heckling a memorial. So this is just sort of
that's
every
the worst
day
too,
during
because
this period.
they are the ones that are adding the race card into that.
Mm-hmm.
Like those memorials were strictly for the people that were lost.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about what race they were. Like
It was
now,
that-
it,
it was
only
they were
now
gonna-
that they're like they were complaining there was too many white people that were killed. Is that what?
No, that there were too many white people there memorializing them.
What? What is it? What?
Do better. Do better.
We need more
Do better.
racial diversity in who's memorializing.
Do better.
Just do better.
Do better. That's what they
Yeah.
say.
What is going on?
That's one of
in
their
the
Teddy
world?
Ruxpin phrases.
Oh my god. Yeah, do better.
But
Mic
yes,
check.
But no, just every day of my life during this period was that, and so the more I started questioning things, the more names I would get called. I'd never been called any of these names in my life. Homophobic, racist. Well, homophobic's a little true, maybe. But this where somebody actually said that to me. They were like, some social justice warrior was like, "Oh, you're a racist, sexist, homophobic monster." And I said to her, I was like, "I assure you, only homophobic is true."
Well, I guess you'd be the expert on that.
Oh, they're awful, but it's the truth. But,
I don't know. You seem pretty cool.
Thank you. Well, yes, but no. You know what's funny is like I thought maybe now that I've walked away and stuff, like in terms of dating, I was like, oh, maybe conservative gay guys will be better. No, they're exactly the same.
Are they?
No, but they're cooler to be friends with. Like now, I feel like it's actually. So yeah, even when I was a liberal, I just like never fit in with the gay community. So I just never had anything in common with them. I just always found them to be really bitchy and judgmental and catty.
Yeah.
And now it's funny. Now since walking away, this is really the first time in my life that I have a ton of gay friends who I relate to and love and get along with because we're all sort of like the alphabet outcasts.
Yeah,
you know?
that's cool. That's good. You found a group. That's nice.
Like Alphabet Rebels.
Alphabet Rebels. That's a good band name.
Oh yeah, we should.
I like it. The Alphabet Rebels. Anyway, so yeah, just keep it going. So we're because we brought it back now. We kind of skipped a little forward to now to your Alphabet Rebel group, which is cool. But you're almost to the moment I feel like where you've become a Republican, or not even a Republican.
An anti-leftist.
An anti-leftist, I guess, is more
classical liberal,
right.
as they like
right.
to say. I'm sorry. Classical liberal in the current year is just center right. You're center right.
That's true, or just simply center.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
what's the term for that? Because I feel like
Republican.
Yeah. Well, no, to them they're like, nah, that if you're a Republican, you're on the right. You're
far right.
But really, it's like, no, like I feel like I'm in the center.
So am I.
I'm not a Republican. I'm definitely not a Democrat.
God, no.
I do feel like I've got a lot more values with conservatives and Republicans than I realized before. I mean, maybe I'm getting older. I'm thinking about having kids. I'm married now.
Oh, you guys would have such cute kids.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't mean to derail the conversation there, but I think that's the case. I feel like I'm realizing what does this say? They say if you're not a Democrat, and when you're young, you have
no heart.
You have no heart.
You have no brain.
Yeah, if you're not conservative by the time you're 40, you have no brain. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think I'm in that like where it's transitioning over. Mm-hmm. But even still, I think I'm going to be more centrist.
Yeah, same. That's the thing. I am not a conservative in any way.
Okay.
And I think that's really cool about what's happening now. in the Republican Party and in the sort of non-left is
Yeah.
that I think it's becoming a really diverse Big Tent of all different beliefs and all different types of people, and I think that's how it should be.
Yep. That's why we're gonna win. Pound it.
Boom.
Booyah. Yeah, continue though.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So anyway, then I discover YouTube and I find all my
the
people.
YouTube world.
So by the time election day for the primary comes, I've learned a lot of things about Hillary. Can't vote for a bit. I was more for her.
Yeah.
Because just Bernie was so off-putting to me.
Yeah.
But so I was just so 50-50 that I was like, ugh, vote for Bernie Sanders. Like, did it really half-heartedly. Didn't know.
Yeah.
I really just didn't know what to do. I didn't like either.
Yeah, okay.
So I voted for him half-heartedly. Then during the general election, I hated Trump. I ended up just voting like third party.
Okay.
But during the general election, it was like during that period where I had started to learn all these things about Democrats and the full extent of Hillary's record and Obama's record. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because during the Obama administration, I only watched MSNBC. I only read the New York Times. I had no clue the things that were going on.
Yeah.
I had no clue he took us from 2 wars to 7 wars.
Yep.
I had no clue he got rid of habeas corpus rights.
Killed American citizens.
Yep. I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I had
Messed up.
You're so programmed. You're in such a bubble that you don't even realize what's happening. You have no concept of the world around you.
Right.
So I started learning all of these things, which is why it's such a house of cards, because that's the thing. And that's why I think I think we're going to see more of this in the coming years of the left being very focused on censoring the internet, because it really was the internet that killed leftism. Because this is the first time in history
You're right.
where we're not dependent on 5 corporations to tell us what to decide what information we receive, what information we can never find out.
Yep.
We can research things ourselves. We can see the raw footage of things. We can hear people in their own words.
Yep.
And that's the end for them.
It is. And
I mean, I hope.
Oh, no, I fully agree with you. I think that this is, I mean, every single thing that we're seeing over the past year, really it's come to a head. I mean, really when Trump got elected was them going, oh no, we got to kick it up a notch because this wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
This is wrong. Put it in the press, Orange Man bad.
Yeah.
Spread it across the airwaves. Make sure everyone believes it, because we need to convince everybody that he's terrible. And he's pretty good, actually. He's pretty great.
I didn't think that then.
He's doing a pretty good job as president. So
and here's the thing, even though I didn't know much at the time.
Right. Well, I mean, it seemed like you were pretty politically aware, even if you say you were on the left side at the time. It seems like you actually had some awareness of political things that were going on since high school.
I was interested in it, but I didn't know anything. I knew what MSNBC would tell me.
Right,
right. The thing is, though, I was so passionately for Obama in 2000. I volunteered for his campaign because I thought he would be anti-war. I thought he would be.
It seemed like that.
Yeah,
I voted for him in 2008 because it did seem like he had the best interest for America, and had a good. It seemed like he was going to be a great president.
Yeah, and I thought that he would be a disruptor to the machine.
Yeah.
So it's funny, and then he gets into office and sells out every person who ever voted
an arm
for him.
Of the machine.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The first thing he did was first of all, his cabinet was handpicked by Citigroup. You can literally see the email that they wrote to him.
Really?
The people who tanked our economy, he put them in charge of it to run it.
Of course.
But it's funny because all of these things that I had hoped for Trump has sort of become the president that I had hoped Obama would have been.
I could see that. Definitely.
But so I didn't vote for him, though, because so that's the thing, is you really at the time didn't have anything to judge him on other than words. Like, it's not like he had any records. So I was thinking, he's going to blow up the world and he's going to start wars, and
and it sure enough,
he's
bringing peace to all these
crazy.
Six more countries. Do you hear this? 6 more countries are supposed to enter in peace talks,
hear that.
Including Saudi Arabia.
What?
I know. This is incredible.
Wow.
He's the first president in 40 years to not bring us into a war. Not only that, he's actually bringing peace. He's just dropping peace bombs everywhere.
Did you
see
CNN wrote
oh goodness,
about
them being in a crowded room.
Yeah, they were like, so they weren't wearing. It's like, okay, fine, they got peace in the Middle East, but they weren't wearing masks.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
But no,
it's
so
like,
anyway,
come on, these are the leaders. Like they probably have been checked and rechecked and know that. So if a bunch of people that have been checked that don't have COVID can go into a room together, they don't need to socially distance. Boom. Period.
It's not about COVID.
No.
You know? It's control.
I agree. I agree.
Oh yeah, but I was gonna say, so when Trump gets into office, over a period of time, I feel like he's proven me wrong every step of the way in terms of every negative thought that I had about him. And
then every negative thing that I say they, but it's the whole group of left media, that's the they I'm talking about. They literally took anything that they can clip out. Oh, he said that one thing. If we remove everything around it and just blast it out there, people are going to believe that he's this terrible person. And it's like, yeah. Once I saw that, I was like, what the heck?
And during that period, by the way, like during the election, you couldn't even, with these people, you couldn't even make a factual statement.
I know.
Because like when they accused him of making fun of the disabled reporter, I immediately, even at the time, knew that was fake.
Okay.
Because I used to love Celebrity Apprentice and I watched it all the time.
So you knew that
and
he
I saw him
did
do that gesture 1,000 times.
Right,
He didn't like the tastefulness of Mary Lou Henner's interior decorating.
Yeah, okay. So you've seen it. You knew that that's something he always did.
But you couldn't say that or you're a Nazi or
ridiculous.
Or even like during, I think it was the second debate, I was like, I don't like Trump, but just objectively, I kind of feel like he's winning this.
Yeah.
How dare you, fascist! You can't make factual statements.
What do fascists do? They make it so you can't make statements, can't talk about facts, can't do basically every single thing that they're doing.
I know.
While calling you the fascist. It's insane. Yeah.
And a big thing that was happening then too was all the free speech stuff with them. Berkeley burning buildings, getting speakers canceled, all stuff with Milo, all of that.
Right.
was donezo for me.
Man, that's crazy.
The free speech stuff was just sort of the final straw in my red pilling.
And when was the first time that you got banned from Twitter?
That wasn't until this past October.
Oh wow, so all of that's recent.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't mean to skip ahead.
I was on Twitter for a good decade as a leftist Democrat. I got it early.
Yeah.
Never had a suspension, never had a bad word said about me, never had anything. No problems at all until magically that I'm no longer a Democrat.
Don't fit the narrative.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to skip ahead. You were just talking about censorship, and I know that you have issues with that from being censored by Twitter. Could we talk about that?
Yeah, totally.
So tell me about that. Well, first off, why? What was the? I know I checked your. Some people were tagging you like free Mike Harlow, and I clicked on it, and I was just like, what's going on here? And I was looking, and it was just there was no reason.
None.
Violated their TOS, and it's like, well, what was it?
I still have not violated any of their TOS.
Well, what did they say to you? Did they not even give you anything?
Well, so I'll tell you. So,
all right, tell us the story. Yeah, go ahead.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't realize is if they can't get you on something, they'll make something up.
Right.
And I think the thing that's always bothered me the most is that if they have Klansmen on Twitter, they have murderers on Twitter, they have pedophiles all over on Twitter. They have David Duke is on Twitter, Richard Spencer is on Twitter, but people like me who are like dead center of the political spectrum banned. And I think that's intentional. I think so too. That they want to create this reality of the good people and the bad people. Either you're a radical leftist, loyal Democrat, or you're a neo-Nazi.
Right. We can't be having people pull people off the crazy side because when people pull and come together, they can't control as easily. They can't make people blame other people as easily. And they can't, as you said earlier, it's about control.
Yeah, and they can't sell the victimhood narrative because the thing is, they wouldn't hit so hard on race, gender, sexual orientation. They wouldn't hit on that so hard if it weren't effective.
Right.
And what they've done, I'll give credit where it's due. They are geniuses because the way that it's horrible and it's evil, but it's smart that they've fused their partisan platform together with people's identities and turned until the point that they are one.
Yeah.
And so you can't be against any of their policies, no matter how toxic and harmful they are, without hating black people or hating gay people.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's evil.
And we're seeing it more and more. I mean, people are getting...
more than ever.
Man, the amount of people I've seen gotten banned, like Malcolm Flex and Patriot J. I don't know if you know them because they're pretty prevalent on Twitter. They actually just got back, but they were banned for just... basically just trolling some Autobot, because all these accounts are popping up like, man, I used to be a Democrat and now I'm voting for Trump and blah 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 blah, and it's like created September 2020 and it has like 30,000 followers already because people tend to group up, they follow each other, and so they just posted like making fun of one of the posts and then they got banned. So it's ridiculous.
That's what's funny with me is like especially after the first time I was banned, I felt like I was under such a microscope on there that I was I don't troll anyone. I obviously, people can look through my entire internet history. They won't find any slurs. They won't find there's nothing that I would be like, ooh, I better delete that. So, and it's almost as if that bothers them more when they can't get you on certain things. So anyway, though, so October of last year was the first time I was permanently banned.
Right.
So they just
were you being like super outspoken for Trump?
I don't even know if I was
go back
for
a little.
Trump yet
Let's go a little
time,
back.
Oh,
okay.
vocally.
So you weren't even like, I'm gonna vote for Trump at this time.
I was like an undecided voter.
Oh, okay. So what were you posting? Like, what was your content?
My last day on there, the first time I was banned,
it
was International Pronouns Day.
Oh goodness.
So the thing is though, I only said things that were civil. I said and factual statements. I was like,
well, we already established they don't like those.
No. I was like, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people want to be treated the same as everyone else. Radical alphabet people want to be treated differently. That is the distinction, and that is the... Or then I think what might have done it is, I'm sure you've heard this ridiculous, false, fake narrative of theirs that there's this epidemic of transgender murders.
I've heard of it, but I don't know if it's factually true.
It's not.
It's not.
A member of the general population is 5 times more likely to be a victim of homicide than a transgender person is.
Oh, okay.
More people like almost 2 or 3 times as many people are struck by lightning in this country every year than transgender people who are murdered.
Isn't it really, really, really hard to get struck by lightning?
Yes. So anyway, I just posted the numbers and the facts.
Yeah.
And I was like, good news. Transgender people aren't being hunted and killed in the streets. And so the next day, I was permanently banned from Twitter.
Wow.
What's funny too is a friend of mine, Andy No.
Yeah.
He wasn't banned, but he was suspended.
Yeah.
For posting the same facts.
Ah.
So that might have been what did it. But
they did a bunch of different people at the same time and kind of.
No, it was after the fact. But
okay.
But they never said that's the thing. They never quoted any of that to me. They never said it was because of that. But the next day, I get a thing. You've been permanently banned from Twitter.
Permanently banned. First go.
Yeah. For evading a permanent suspension.
What?
I never had a temporary suspension, let alone a permanent one.
What? How did you? That doesn't make sense.
I've come to realize, I think, that's got to be some sort of like in-company lingo, like code for when they want to ban someone but don't have a reason.
Because I know we're going to ban you and not actually explain why.
Yeah.
Here's the reason.
Because I've heard from so many people who said they got the same excuse.
Oh, okay.
And they never had a permanent suspension. So I kept at them. Then they kept changing their reasons. Then the next one they said was managing multiple accounts for abusive purposes.
Huh, how would they?
I literally posted the screen cap of where you could do accounts. I'm like, I've only ever had one account.
Yeah.
I don't abuse people either.
Right.
Then they changed their reasoning again. They went
back. This is still the first time.
This is all just the first ban.
Okay.
Then they went back maybe 3 or 4 months and found a tweet of mine that this is the only tweet they ever cited to me. I think it was Megyn Kelly. The blue check marks were going after her because she posted like a picture with her kids. And they were all like, how could you? Oh, they're children in cages and your children aren't in cages. How could you post this?
Oh, my gosh. So they were mad she posted
something
pictures
like
of her
that.
kids. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were tagging her for that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I responded to some blue check mark and I was like, oh, my God, she loves her kids. Burn the witch.
Yeah.
That was my violent targeted harassment.
Sarcasm?
That's the only tweet they cited at me to be permanently banned.
Because of sarcasm, basically.
Yeah. And that was
sad.
like a week after I was banned. So I think they were just like searching and searching.
Like what what can we justify this? How can we justify this banning? Because
without having to admit that it's because I think fairly recently before that, Jack Dorsey had testified to Congress saying they don't censor people who aren't Democrats.
Really, Jack?
Yeah.
Really? Please continue.
So I fought them every day. It took me 6 months. I fought them every day. I filed reports with
nonstop.
The SEC, the FCC, the Better Business Bureau. Finally, I caught a bit of a lucky break that somebody on Twitter had taken credit for getting me banned and said he's targeting LGBT Republicans with doxing and fake reports. Doxing is a crime in California. So that gave me a little leverage to use to be like, boom, I now have proof that this is why I was banned. Sometimes you have, it kills me to do this, but sometimes you have to use their
own tactics.
Or their own language. You have to translate your points into leftists.
Yeah.
So I was like, why is Twitter supporting the targeted abuse of LGBT XYZ LMNOP square root of 87 Americans? I was like immediately reinstated after that. So like
good.
An hour, my ban was
so that was 6 months. That was like May, right? May or June of this year.
Yeah. So that
was the first time you got banned.
That was the first ban.
Oh my gosh. So you're back in May, June of this year. COVID's hot.
Oh, it's before that was the second one.
Before COVID? No, COVID hit in February, March, April of this year.
That was the third one. So
October, you got banned. I just kind of guesstimated that it was like around May, because May was kind of peak COVID's and the
time of the last year.
I know. Don't worry. I think we're all on the same page here with
2 and 3 were
this
pretty
year.
quick. So it might have been.
So what happened now? Time is irrelevant. Whatever. It's 2020. Time is very fluid and fluctuating. Who knows?
Just like gender.
March was like 3 years long. So
Oh God, I know.
All right, so go ahead. Tell us. So you got unbanned.
So I got unbanned.
Everything was hunky dory.
Yeah. And I should mention too. So I was on Twitter in blissful obscurity for years with like 200 followers. It wasn't until I started like gaining some momentum on there and really quickly went from like 1,000 subscribers to 3,000 to 5,000, 10,000 that was the moment I was banned. So I think that's Twitter's strategy now, is not going after the big
this
people.
Person's getting
it's the
too
ones
big too quick.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, it reminds me of Philip Anderson. He's this dude is awesome. He went out to I think he's from Texas. Pretty sure he's from Texas. Flew out to Portland. One of the few people that just flew out there to stand in front of the fence, in front of the courthouse, and be like, "Stop! Stop doing this. No one wants this." Seriously, shout out to Philip Anderson. If you don't know who he is, you can follow him on Instagram. I think it's King Free Speech.
I love that.
But it's dude, he's still fighting. He's doing a free speech rally in San Francisco, October 10th. He actually wants me to get out there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go yet, but you should check him out. He's outspoken and he's really fighting for free speech. Yeah, you'd probably get along with him.
Yeah, I want to.
But it reminds me of him because it was the same kind of thing. He was getting really famous. Fame.
That ain't me. I'm
no. Sorry.
I promise you, I'm like aggressively unfamous.
No. Famous is the wrong term. In Twitter, the Twitter realm, they're like, if you start spiking in popularity, that's kind of what I'm talking about. And I feel like that's happened to him. And they were like, ixnay on the Philip Anderson's nay.
Well, there was this guy. After I was unbanned, there's this guy who I've sort of bonded with over this stuff. His name is Alex the Lord.
Okay.
Who was like getting really popular really quickly on Twitter in a span of like a couple weeks, where there was a period of time on Twitter where like anytime you would see a right-leaning tweet that was really smart or funny or popular, it was always from him.
Cool. All right.
Banned immediately.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I think that's what they're looking at. But so I was back on there, I don't know how long, a month maybe, 2 months. Out of nowhere, nothing happened. Permanently banned. Reinstated.
But why? Like,
are you ready for this?
Oh goodness, what?
Evading a permanent suspension.
Again. Same thing.
They banned me for getting unbanned. I'm like, how can I evade a suspension when you people unsuspended me?
What did I do?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So that's all they said. They didn't cite any tweet. Nothing.
So they didn't give you anything this time.
Nope. So this one I got so I fought them again,
of course,
and
right.
again and again, and kept at it. And I just tried to like, you know what sucks too? I gotta say, like, other than a couple close friends of mine who do this and are like the real people, like you know, you're one of the real people.
Thank you.
A lot of people in this who talk about censorship and free speech, when you're banned, it's like you have the plague. They stop speaking to you. They disconnect. Because they don't want to be next. And it's so ridiculous. Like, I really feel like, you know, I don't even like Twitter all that much, but I talk about this because it's not about me for me. It's that I feel like we really need to fight for every single person who gets banned because there's going to be no one left. You know, when I think of a lot of people who were very influential to me during 2016 of changing my mind, where are they now? Most of them are gone, all banned.
Yeah, that's true. I thought I was going to get banned because my video, when I first realized that I actually like President Trump, like I'm going to vote for him. Me and Tim were having this like really intense debate basically between just talking about stuff, and you know, he swore a few times and I said some stuff. I know it's shocking, I know, but yeah, I mean, I basically said this is why, and I'm doing it, and it went viral. Like, people clipped it. They were like, this lefty says that they're voting for Trump. It's like, I'm clearly a guy. Like, I don't mind, but it was kind of funny. But I was like, oh man, that's it. They're gonna ixnay me because I am clearly not what they want. You know, I was on the show, so I was gaining in popularity on Twitter, and I was expecting it. And I mean, who knows? Now that I've had you on the show. Maybe
you're gonna catch the ban.
Supposedly, you know, it's contagious. That's what you just told me. That's your fault.
You know what's funny? The day before I was banned the first time, my friend Sean, he has a great YouTube channel called Actual Justice Warrior.
Okay, Actual Justice Warrior.
Yeah, he's great. But the day before I got banned, we were hanging out, and before he left, he was like, "Okay, good night. Don't get banned on Twitter." Next day, I got banned. So,
he jinxed
Sean,
you.
this is all your fault.
All right, and if I get banned,
it's my fault.
I'm gonna blame you. I'm coming for you. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, if it happens, it happens. Whatever. I'm still gonna do
I don't think it will, because I think that you're one of those people like Blair, like Brandon, who just like got very popular very quickly, and I think that's sort of the only way to escape that now, because I think they've sort of switched strategies where they used to be banning the Milos and the Alex Joneses. Now I think they don't want the pushback of banning people like you or Blair or Brandon, that they're sort of preventing people from getting to.
I just want to say thank you for putting me on that platform with them, because I feel like they're both pretty big people. So
so are you, buddy.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
But
all right, so where were we? We were talking about you being banned. So you got banned the second time for the same thing. How did you get unbanned again?
I just hammered at it. It was, I think, finally through the Better Business Bureau that I kept reporting it.
Oh wow, okay.
And what's interesting though, so the first time I got unbanned, I didn't hear a word from Twitter. It was
they didn't even tell
my
you.
followers were like, "Oh my God, your Twitter's back." Then maybe like a week later, I get an email from Twitter saying, "Oh, your account was wrongly marked as spam. It was an accident." They always say it's an accident. It's amazing how it's always people who aren't Democrats that have these accidents.
Yeah.
Never had an accident 10 years on Twitter until I wasn't a Democrat.
Right.
So anyway, though, second ban, I finally get it lifted.
Yeah.
I get the same response from them. "Oh, it was an accident. It was a mistake. Your account was wrongly marked as spam."
So two times in a row.
So anyway.
It was an accident.
So I'm back on there, couple weeks at the most.
Yeah.
This one probably ticks me off more than the rest. So the official reason, according to them,
for the third banning,
was I defended J.K. Rowling.
Really?
I wrote a tweet.
I see many people defending her and attacking her.
It's the same. They did the exact same thing as the Burn the Witch.
Right.
So what I said,
the sarcastic
my tweet
moment.
Yeah. My tweet said, I was like, it's amazing how the same people who say respect women are the ones calling J.K. Rowling bleep and a bleep and a bleep.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, so respect women until one disagrees with me. That's what I said.
Really?
That was my targeted I think I'm pretty sure it said violent harassment or something.
What?
And meanwhile, you can look up any of those words with her name and you'll see thousands in the last
Or you just
hour.
go to literally any of her posts that where she's defending many different things, and the vitriol that you see, the gross, disgusting attacks are prevalent. You weren't even doing that. You were saying, wow, look at them. They're attacking her.
But what really pissed me off with this one is that right before this happened, I was on the receiving end of a very ugly Twitter hate mob. It started because my friend Blair White, they had photoshopped fake DMs of her, making it look like she used the N-word.
Oh goodness.
And she had to like disable her Twitter for a bit because they were harassing like teenagers who follow her. That's, lovely people. So anyway, I was like staring at this photo and I proved that it was fake because everyone, they were taking it like it's real. So I proved that it's fake. I'm on vacation at this moment.
Yeah.
So I like set my phone down. I come back to my phone. They made fake DMs of me.
Of course they did.
Calling me a pedophile.
Oh, that's terrible.
Which for me, not to sound all like SJW, but I feel like that is just something you do not make up about a gay person. Like that's like some old school anti-gay shit.
Yeah.
And it was all the people with pronouns in their bio and queer and all these who, by the way, all those people really do not like gay people.
No.
All the other letters, they're very homophobic. So it was all of those people pushing it. So I'm on vacation. It's like 2 a.m. I'm seeing this. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm afraid to go to sleep because I don't know what I'm going to wake up to without like being able to prove that it's fake. So anyway, I'm just seeing it getting shared 100 times, 200 times, 500 times. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, I'm like looking into the law. I'm like, this has to be illegal. Like you can't just make that up about people. So anyway, I get the guy who created it to admit that it's fake.
Wow.
People
Too late.
continue.
Damage is done.
Well, people continue share. You can show them, and meanwhile, my inbox is full death threat, anti-gay slur, anti-gay slur, anti-gay slur.
So terrible.
All but loving leftists.
Of course.
So anyway, he admits that it's fake. I reported all these people who promoted it and the death threats, and creating fake DMs impersonating someone that's breaking a million. Oh, and I got doxxed at this time too, by the way.
Jeez, of course.
Because of this. So that's breaking like a dozen Twitter rules.
Yeah.
I get a response from Twitter. No violations. Not one of these people got banned, suspended, nothing. The next day I was banned from Twitter.
Jeez. So that was the last time.
Can you imagine? And that's when their excuse was, I defended J.K. Rowling. Can you imagine if that were to have happened to a gay liberal, if they were on the receiving end of such a hateful mob and they banned that person? It would be all over CNN. It would be the top story.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
It's crazy. So, and
they would love for that to happen. Yeah. That's more ammunition for them.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's been months since that. I think that was, I don't know. God, I really don't know time anymore, but it's been months now, 6 months. Wow. And it seems like this one is permanent.
That sucks.
Tried everything.
Well, no, I read something that you're trying to do some sort of civil rights. I remember exactly what it was.
So what I'm thinking is, like I said, sometimes you have to translate these things into leftist.
Yeah, right. No, you're right.
So yeah, I filed a claim with the Civil Rights Commission, the United States Civil Rights Commission.
Good for you. We'll
see if it gets accepted. I'm just trying everything I can. It's just really unfortunate that Twitter is now the town square, and it just sucks to have to be muzzled and sidelined at a time when I feel like I need my voice most during the election and stuff. So
hashtag free Mike Harlow.
Yeah, my Twitter handle is or was Mikey the Harlow. If anyone.
Oh, it's Mikey the Harlow.
Mikey the Harlow.
Oh, okay. So you got at Mike Harlow right above you, and that's
my YouTube.
That's your YouTube channel. Then you have at Sleepy Harlow above you, and that's your Instagram channel.
Yes.
Right. So you guys can follow him.
Thank
now,
you.
I want to ask you another thing about what's happened more recently with you and Brandon being attacked. Would you mind talking about that?
Fun never ends.
I know. So, but you know what? Before we do, I just want to say, smash that like button, everybody. Smash it. And actually, that even reminds me even more so. There's a tradition that
I was waiting for it.
We have a tradition, and I need you to do something for me.
I will do anything for you.
Okay. So I need you to put these on. Put these whole.
Oh, I'm so excited for them.
All right.
I was gonna say we should
need you
fist
to
bump
physically smash the like button. All right.
Okay, now when you say smash it, what kind of smashing?
Whatever you want to smash. You just smash that like button. Do it. Smash it up.
I don't want to break your.
Got you.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Get it out. Let it out. All right, there we go.
Take that, BLM!
Are there faces that you're seeing there?
Oh, I'm seeing every face.
Okay, the like button. This thing has been officially smashed. Did you just make out with the Hulk?
Well, you said smash.
Oh, no.
It. Oh, my God. I'm doing too much smashing.
You're ruining my studio. All right, well, you have officially smashed the like button.
I got a little too excited in my smashing.
Wait, maybe I should. Let's
that.
see if I can do that real quick.
I came here and broke your studio.
It's pretty good, actually. It's pretty easy to fix.
Sorry.
There we go. Does that work?
See, I'm gonna break your studio and get you banned.
This one fell down. Don't worry about that.
I'm a one-man wrecking ball.
Oh, that was an excellent smash.
Oh, I was waiting for that.
Seriously, you.
I've been told I'm an excellent smash. Thank you, Adam.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is we're having fun. All right, so well now let's go back into being serious.
Okay, that's
talk about let's talk about this terrible thing that's happened. You guys literally got bombarded with hate
twice.
My goodness,
in a week.
It is insane what happened. All right, so twice in a week. So
these people are psychotic.
First was Dallas. Was that
was second? First was
in
first
DC?
was DC, yeah.
So you guys are in DC
at the White House.
Tell me about. You know what? No, let's keep it on a positive note. You went to the White House.
I went to the White House.
You saw President Trump speak.
And I got asked to be in a video for the RNC.
I saw you on the RNC. All I could say, I was like, I know that guy.
Aww.
I know him. That's cool.
How crazy is that?
How did that feel?
It was amazing.
Millions of people saw that.
That's crazy.
Millions and millions of people now know who you are.
Oh God.
And even more millions of people are gonna know because you're on my show. No, I'm just kidding. That's not my show's not that big. but like great.
Quality.
Tell me about it though.
It was amazing. I got asked to be in this video, so I went to Florida and filmed it. It was crazy too.
Yeah.
So we went to the RNC. Me and Brandon and Libby and all of us were sitting like third row.
That's so cool.
Watching the president give his acceptance speech. Like, it didn't really dawn on us until after that, like, hey, this is like history. I mean, especially if he gets reelected, it's like that's when he gave his acceptance speech during everything that's going on.
Yep.
Is crazy.
That's awesome.
What's crazy too though is like, so they were playing the convention on these huge jumbotrons, like these screens.
Yeah. On either side of them, right?
Yeah. And when they played the video, like everyone, the artist just was all looking at me and like stood up and were clapping.
You saw
and
your
stuff.
self-play?
Yeah, which I hate watching myself.
So wait, that proves to me. So the president saw it.
Oh my God.
That means the president was watching. Are you nervous? Are you getting all? Oh, look at you blushing. Come on,
actually,
be excited. That's amazing.
No, I am.
Think about that. That's so cool.
You know, it's a bummer that he shared. I swear he shared videos that I'm in like 5 times in the last 2 weeks on Twitter, and I can't even.
You couldn't even bask in the glory of getting
because he shared the videos.
A share from the president.
I feel like I would have had it now. But no, because he shared the videos of us getting mobbed. Also,
that's right.
Yeah.
Right, man. So that's so amazing time.
Yeah, sorry, the pause. That was really good.
No, that's fine.
Downbeat positive.
I know, but this kind of stuff, it is pretty important to have to know that people know what actually happened, because I don't know how many people out there know what happened. You know, that this kind of thing even still happens, and it's these crazy
Only
leftists, the leftists that are the ones doing it. They're the ones that are supposed to be the group of tolerance and compassion. I couldn't even say it.
Oh God, if I hear Biden talk one more time about empathy and compassion, I'm like,
they have none.
No, all the bombing weddings and bombing children, that's real compassion.
Yeah, nice job, Biden.
God, I swear the way that people who have TDS feel about Trump is how I feel about Biden.
Oh man, I can't stand Biden.
Makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, Biden is a creep.
I know.
And like we know, we've seen the videos. It's the new age. We all do our research. We can see him being a creepy pedophile.
Oh, that's the least of it for me. It's everything else.
Man, it's bad.
It's it's everything. Like, my favorite Biden quote that I feel like is pretty underreported is he said this on the Senate floor when he wrote one of those crime bills that he's passing. He says, the only thing we don't do in this bill is hang people for jaywalking.
He said that.
Love and hope. It's on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Love and hope and compassion and empathy.
He's a creepy dude. All right, so tell us about what happened after the White House.
So, so we left the White House.
Yeah.
immediately there are people, like, they're behind a little bit of a barricade, but there are immediately people accosting everyone coming out.
Yeah, see, there's plenty of videos of all this.
Yeah. There's one guy, this is kind of funny. So there's this shirtless crackhead with missing teeth and everything, screaming, and it looks like he's having roid rage or something. Screaming in Brandon's face about, check your toxic masculinity, which, if it's a real thing, would be him.
Right.
It's just like, that's how deranged
that's
these
what
people are.
You need a little mirror to just like bring it and hold it up, you know, like shaped like a face.
I know.
You know, the little face mirrors you can hold up. It's like boom, and continue, please continue.
So anyway, though, oh god, there were these like bitchy little gay guys screaming at me. These like, you know, beta gays. Screaming.
Is that what they're called?
That's what I call them.
Okay.
Screaming at me, you're self-hating. You hate yourself. You hate yourself.
Again, I feel like I gotta create this thing where it's just a little mirror that you
I was like,
continue.
I was like, no, I love myself. It's you I could kind of take or leave.
Yeah.
But no, it's so funny though, because then what happened 15 minutes later that we're getting gay bashed, it's like, so wait a minute, either I support and join sides with the people who degrade us, dehumanize us, spit on us, call us every slur imaginable with their fists. Oh yeah, every slur imaginable with their fists in our faces. Either I support them or I hate myself.
Wow.
I'm like, you'd have to hate yourself.
Great
to be
options.
With them. If I hated myself, I would be with you guys.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. But no. So anyway, though, they had everything blocked off. It was like a maze. You couldn't. Our hotel was 2 blocks from the White House, and we couldn't walk there. We couldn't even take an Uber there. We'd take an Uber to somewhere that was like everything. And I swear, I think it was on purpose by the mayor of DC.
I think so too, because
it was so nonsensical.
No, actually, the White House claimed they were talking to the mayor, asking for Secret Service to be able to do and bring in extra people to help, and she was like, nope, nothing.
Oh yeah, no, police wouldn't do anything. Like if you watch all those videos of people being mobbed after they aren't safe, police they were given stand down orders. You know, there's one cop who saw a bicycle and was trying to use it as a barricade. I'm like, God,
I saw that, yeah.
How degrading for our police officers that they would even need to do that, you know, because they have their hands tied so much.
Yeah, they do.
But so anyway, so we're just walking down the street.
Yeah.
These BLM people come up to us, start screaming. Oh God, I know I can't curse, so you know, gay slurs at us. I'll say.
Thanks.
Oh my God, it's so hard for me to not curse for this long. I'm like,
I'm really proud of you.
Sweat dripping everywhere.
I'm really proud of you. You're doing really a good job of not swearing. You have sworn a couple times, but it's okay.
What do you mean a couple times? This is the like.
Okay.
I have soap in my mouth.
I have a filter, and
I have none.
In my brain, because I taught kids to skateboard, and I worked with like 5 to 10-year-olds mostly, and so I've got like 40 cousins and a bunch of younger siblings, and my sisters have kids, so I have this filter that I just kind of turn on. I mean, I do swear. You guys don't hear me swear. You know, come follow me on Twitch. I can swear on Twitch, so it's kind of fun. I don't really mind, but
yeah. See, I hate kids, so I just have like no filter.
That's okay. But anyway, you're doing a good job, and the few times that you have, it's totally fine.
When we go outside after, I'm just gonna like
let it out. Just swear to the sky. I mean, and you're doing a good job because of what you're talking about too, because this is an intense,
it makes me want to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, because this sounds like a really intense thing that you went through. So continue. I mean, they're bombarding you. I saw the video, and it really kind of cuts out, and it's only a little clip too.
Yeah,
I know. You know, it seemed like it had been going on.
Oh yeah, because it's not like you're standing there ready to film. You know,
at all times, right?
Especially we had like our ties loosened, and we're just trying to finally go to our hotel. And
yeah, right.
Yeah, they come up screaming every gay slur at us. They spit on me. They hit our friend Libby, knocked her phone out of her hand, threw a drink at Brandon. What I think is really interesting too, this is like sort of a detail that I forget sometimes about this, but what I think is very interesting, and this has happened repeatedly, is the way that they gaslight you. So they're screaming F at us.
Yeah.
F. See, keep saying it over and over. A minute later, the girl comes up to me, and she's like, it's so hard to not say words. She's like, did you just call her a D word for lesbian.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, what planet are you on? You're the ones who.
You're the ones attacking me.
But they just gaslight you, and it's insane. But
Yeah.
So anyway, it's
insane. That's crazy.
I mean,
so that happened in D.C. and my goodness, and that went viral too. And now, so what happened? What happened in Dallas then? Is this?
Oh, that was even worse.
Yeah. So I heard that it was even worse.
Go
ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, these people are zombies. They don't know anything. They're robotic. I mean, if you look at how they were screaming in Rand Paul's face about Breonna Taylor, say her name, when
he's the one doing the bill.
He wrote the Justice for Breonna Taylor. They don't know that. They don't care about that. Some of them mentioned, I saw something where like they were told that and they had some excuse as to why they should still hate him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's part of the system of white supremacy. Shut up.
It's ridiculous.
So they don't know anything. They don't know anything. And the thing that I always want to ask these people,
they don't want to know anything either.
No, and the thing is, like it's funny because my friend Carlin says to
our friend
Carlin, you're right.
Shout out to Carlin.
Hi Carlin, we love you. Carlin says to me, she's like, "Oh my God, you need to stop trying to talk logic to these people."
It's true,
but it's strange for me because I've just never.
I get it.
I've never met people like this in my life. That there is no. It's like there's nothing behind the eyes. No, they're pod people.
And when you're a logical person, logic. See, I'm the same way. I'm very logical, and so I always try to explain myself logically.
Yeah.
Like how I got to where I was. So when you're talking to someone that is clearly upset with you, you're like, well, let me logically explain myself to you. They're like, I don't care. I'm running on emotions. I don't have any logic, and. Basically
the hate in their eyes, like
yeah.
Even I was actually thinking this the other day, and this is going to sound like a very extreme thing to say, but I've been like, we've talked about, I've been through things in my life, what I talked about before, getting mugged, getting attacked, all of that considered, and I truly mean this, I don't think I had ever seen like true hate in my life before these people, including everything that happened with those people. It still was not the level of the hate and the lack of humanity in these people. It's scary. It's just nothing. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
That's sad.
But what was I saying?
Well, you were. Let's go into Dallas then. So this was all in DC, all right? So
yeah, that was DC. By the way, they that's what I was gonna say. They had the hotel surrounded. Mm-hmm. We couldn't leave the hotel. This is like 2 a.m. They had to have 500 cops blocking the street off. They're all night chanting.
Of course.
And people keep calling them protesters. I'm like, what are they protesting? People in their jammies? It's a hotel.
They don't even know what they're protesting.
No. So then
tell
it was Dallas.
Yeah, tell us about what happened in Dallas, because I'm pretty sure you say that this was. I know Carlin actually said it because she was with you, right, at this time in Dallas?
It was me, Carlin, Brandon, and 2 of our friends who work for Walkaway.
Yeah. So tell me about what happened.
Oh my God. So we've been doing these walkaway events every week almost in different cities. Okay. So we had one in Dallas. We had some peaceful protesters there.
Yeah.
Who got into a thing with the security guard. So our security guard.
See this. Yeah, go ahead.
Our security guard had to protect himself and us from this guy who like had his fist on his throat and was like saying, "Oh, we're shutting it down. We're shutting this down. We're shutting this down." We're not Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
B word.
Thanks for censoring.
It's so difficult.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you. But so anyway, so then they arrested the security guard.
Right. Okay.
And they also arrested him.
Right. Okay. I was gonna say they did arrest. They arrested
he was
both
saying, "Call the chief. Call the chief." He had a relationship with the Dallas chief of police, who
the security guard did.
No, the peaceful protester had a relationship with her. By the way, this guy, the peaceful protester, has a rap sheet a mile long, beating up a 2-year-old, shaking a child,
serious?
Domestic violence against a pregnant woman. Like, all, it goes on and on.
My goodness.
So anyway, though, then BLM decided that they are going to hold the police station hostage because they arrested both of them. And by the way, they kept screaming, "Oh, he attacked a black man! He attacked a black man!" Our security guard is a black man, but because of how it doesn't, because like Biden said, you ain't black, and it's like they decide the rules of reality. Mm-hmm. So in their reality, our security guard is white.
It does feel like that.
We just do not exist in the same reality.
I bet if you were to ask some of them to, from your memory, draw the security guard that attacked him, what do you think they'd do?
MAGA hat, MAGA country.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll look just like Jesse Smollett's attackers.
Right, exactly. All right, so you guys, they just been arrested. Did you? What happened? Were you guys?
Well, so
what made you go to the police station?
Well, so we were trying to figure out what was going on with our security guard and wanting to help however we could, see if he's okay. We were just really kind of outraged that he would even be in that situation, would be arrested.
Okay.
So we didn't know at the time, I don't think, at least I know, that they were like all there and having press conferences, shutting streets down. So anyway, so we went to the police precinct to see like if we could help or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So then they were having their press conference in front. Every media outlet in Dallas is there, NBC, Fox, every outlet.
Okay.
So they're like, the Black Lives Matter publicist comes up to us immediately as soon as we get out, and she's saying, "Oh, that fight was staged. The fight was staged."
On whose side?
I'm like, wait, the fight was staged. Then that would mean the co-founder of your organization staged it.
Yeah.
But, let's not confuse them with facts.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Brandon said to this one reporter who was there, he was like, "Say, are you going to get both sides of this story?" So all of a sudden, at this point, it looked like there was maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 people. They all just start forming like a semicircle around us. And then it looks like there's 30 people, then there's 40 people, then there's... It was as if they were multiplying.
Oh, jeez.
And they just start... So they are all just making strange, menacing sort of comments, just like creepy things.
Yeah.
So we all kind of get the vibe that this is not
a
great situation.
Anymore.
Yeah, this is not a great situation, so we're going to #walk away.
Nice.
So we start walking. They all start chasing us, and it was like they were multiplying. Like they felt like they were coming out of every side street. Oh, and by the way, I found out after that before we got there, they were beating up cars with poles. They shut down the street, and we're all that.
The same people.
This isn't. By the way, this is in front of a police precinct and in front of every media camera in Dallas.
And they were filming it, and they were.
Oh yeah, they didn't even.
Wow.
That's another thing. They didn't even want to give us the footage. And then they did, and it was like edited and bleeped.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah, we ended up getting the full footage, but it was 100 times worse than. As best as it could, I guess, but I mean, it was 100 times worse. But
Jeez.
So this went on. But what I was gonna say, this is all in front of a police precinct.
Yeah.
So they chase us for about 5-6 blocks. We were walking towards where there were police cars in the distance, and there were about like 5-6 cops there. So we're just trying to walk there.
Yeah.
They're throwing things at us, throwing road cones, throwing drinks, spitting. Once again, every gay slur they are using. It's amazing. It's amazing how, and I've always said this, when you judge people by their race or gender or sexual orientation for positive, progressive reasons, eventually the very ugly, bigoted side of that will reveal itself. And it always does, because anytime a person who is black or gay or any one of their little groups has a disagreement with somebody who's a leftist, they immediately get super derogatory.
Yep.
Based
on those things that people can't change.
Yeah. So anyway, so they're chasing us. They're screaming. And the thing is, it's like there's 100 of them. Like, what are you going to do? You can't fight back. And this is how we felt also there were less in D.C. But the thing is, what am I going to hit? Even if she punches me in the face, what am I going to hit a black woman? And then the media will take that clip and it'll be all over the world as a racist hate crime.
Yep.
So it's like your hands are tied. You can't fight back. You can't do anything. I mean, what are you going to do? Take on 100 people you don't know who has a knife, who has a gun?
Yep. It is
so
Texas.
I legitimately thought I was going to die. Like, it was the scariest moment of our lives. And what was almost even worse than that is it was just the most degrading moment of my life, because they're standing there barking orders. Walk faster, walk here, go here, do this.
Yeah.
And you had to do it.
Right.
There's nothing you can do except obey.
It's scary.
And it killed me to have to. It just goes against every fiber of my being to have to do that and listen.
Yeah.
But what else are you going to do? There are 100 of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of our friends, they stole his phone. We looked at the GPS. They had it right in front of the police precinct. So we finally get to the police. They finally back off.
Yeah.
They won't do anything. They basically tell us it's our fault. They were like, well, why were you guys here? So anyway, we tell them, we're like, hey, he needs his phone for work. It's in front of there. Can you at least just go get his phone?
Yeah.
No.
Jeez, of course not.
So I said to them, I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, it's all on camera. It's theft. Do we not have laws anymore?
Yeah.
We
not
don't.
Just theft.
We do not have laws. Oh, of course, but
nonstop.
No,
Jeez.
it's insane. We do not have laws anymore. We are truly heading towards a place of total communism, where there are one set of laws for leftist Democrats and other laws for the rest of us.
Yep.
It is crazy.
Wow.
I mean, I really realized that day that not only have we been right in everything we've thought that's going on, we underestimated it. It's so much worse than you can imagine. And that's what's scary about the thought of Biden winning.
Yeah.
The people they'll appoint, the judges, the level of, because already now it feels like they've got about 90% control. And I feel like Trump and Republicans being in office, as flawed as they are sort of our last failsafe.
I agree.
That's sort of the only thing stopping them from taking 100% control of everything.
Yep. I agree. That's pretty scary.
So the fact that can happen in front of cameras, in front of a police precinct, and they do nothing.
In Texas, too.
I always thought Texas was like Republican Central.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. No. It's very... But, I mean, that's what people think. They, we're in a time where they're really everywhere now. These people have infected, like, the indoctrination goes deep, You're... a specific age. I'm not going to specify, but I didn't want to say your age.
Thank you. I love you.
Because you did say it earlier, but I won't
bleep it.
I'll bleep it out. But you're younger than
funny?
You're younger than me, but you could have been at an age that you're running things in a school or being part of government somewhere. And if you were still, if you had veered into the social justice side of things, which you didn't. Which I'm happy about, and I'm sure you are too. You could have been making a difference in a way that they would have liked that to happen. So and that's really what we're seeing. You see the people who are making these weird, crazy changes, and they are a younger generation. It isn't an older group.
Yeah.
Like take someone like Biden, for example. I don't think he's the one pulling the strings.
No,
I think there's people pulling the strings, and he's on one of the strings. But so are all the rest of these people. So you were about to tell me something funny. What was that? Said you want to hear something funny?
I got a call today from the Washington Post that they were writing some article. They wanted a blurb from me for it. So they said to me at the end, they were like, "Oh, and we're just checking. How old are you?" And I was thinking, I'm like, and then I'm like, wait a second, Washington Post, they don't fact check. I am 19.
I can't wait.
So I wonder if that's what they're gonna print.
19-year-old Mike Harlow says
like, is
this.
That in doggy years?
All right, so we are definitely going over time.
Sorry, I've been
no. Don't be sorry. This was a great conversation. I really have had a great time with you. Let's I have a lot of super chats. I'm sure people are gonna have some questions for you. So let's let's do
who
this.
Is this big mouth?
IB Rippingham says it's amazing how far the fartin window has moved.
The what?
I don't know. It's a fart joke.
Fartin. The Overton, but so why is it a fart?
The Overton.
No, I know.
The Overton window?
But it says fartin?
Yeah. It's I be ripping him. He be ripping him.
I don't get it.
It's okay. Hey, Byron Brank says, Baba Ganoush versus hummus. Who wins? Please do an episode on how to vegan. I will. I am actually going to do that. We did get some vegan wings. We didn't even have the chance to even eat them.
I can't wait to break into those after.
That's the real reason why I want to end the show. because I want some of these vegan wings from Blackbird in Philadelphia. They're amazing. But Baba Ganoush versus hummus. I'm on the Baba Ganoush train. What about you?
Baba Ganoush, that's the eggplant?
Eggplant,
stuff?
Yeah. I don't even normally like eggplant, actually.
I only like it in specific things. But
okay.
People think I'm weird for this, but I'm not at all a vegan. I'm Italian. I would be disowned. But
Okay.
I love vegan food. I love the fake. I love seitan.
It's
fake.
good.
I like it better than chicken.
Dude, seitan is really yummy. Yeah,
I make really good barbecue seitan. I want to make it for you next time.
All right. Sounds good. I be ripping him again. Says no fart talk, no peace. Well, you're always welcome. I be ripping them to come and super chat me stuff like these hilarious jokes. Like I be ripping them again says defart the police. I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean,
okay, so I get it. It's just like fart. I thought there was like context of who was doing the farting.
It's all 100%
when
fart
the
jokes.
farting was happening.
Yeah, I be ripping him. He doesn't mess around when it comes to fart jokes. Danny says, first super chat ever. Wow, thank you. Loving your work, man. Keep doing your thing. Hope you got my feedback on Parler. I got to be honest, I have really slacked on Parler. Sorry. Are you on Parler?
I define on.
Well,
I have one.
Are you Mike Harlow? Or Harlow?
I am, but
so is it at Mike Harlow?
Mikey, I think.
How do you spell that?
Mikey.
Yeah, is it with like a Y or?
Yeah, what would it be with?
Well, I don't know. Like some people do 2 E's or.
Hey, oh my God, that's what you think of me?
No, I'm asking you how to spell it to tell the audience how to find you.
I think that's what I've used
you don't even
so
know.
little. I've never used.
You're
Parler.
gonna give me sass and not even know how to even spell it yourself?
No, I'm offended that you would think I spell my name with 2 E's.
I don't. It could be an I.
Listen.
Is
and
there
I say
an I
this,
in there? Mikey, I-E?
So, like, okay.
Well,
I say this as someone...
Hold on. Is it E-Y or just a Y?
E-Y. Like, what do you think I have, like,
I don't know.
Little heart over it?
Hey, listen. Everyone's ignorant until they get someone to tell them the way it is,
like
all right?
E-E,
Mikey.
That's just so...
Mike E.
I'm sorry. I say this as somebody who's banged a lot of dudes. That's just too gay for me. E-E.
Okay, well, maybe there's a Mike
That's
E
gay.
out there
No,
that needs those double E's.
Yeah, and he probably walks around like
I don't know. Do you want me?
He floats.
Do you want the camera for that? Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. Oh, we got another farting millennial. Adam, it's me, Lauren Chen. Let's connect for an interview about your farts. Interesting.
I'll tell her.
I hear you're friends with
I
Lauren.
love her.
All right, so maybe we can connect and talk about farts. I don't know if that's her expertise, but yeah, there's a super chat right here. Yeah, I could send her this clip. All right, Buck Brink, thanks for the super chat. Dark Party says Adam Crigler is offline. Why is this not on Twitch? Well, because I'm on YouTube right now. My Twitch channel is for my gaming stuff. Mark Aurelia says, bro, I think it's good you and Tim split on the shows. Both of you now have great guests. We can get 2 shows instead of 1, and plus you can both pursue your own direction for your shows without conflict. Well, thank you.
Are you going to tell us what happened?
I appreciate that. Moving on.
Are you going to tell us what happened? Tell us what happened. Tell us what happened.
Dude, you're trying. We're doing super chats.
I'm trying for you guys. Okay,
this
fine.
wasn't about me.
I want to know every. I want to know everything.
I'm not telling anyone anything.
He hasn't. I can confirm. I want like was anyone hit?
It's all good.
I want to know everything.
Garrett says was gonna super chat the other day when you came back, but couldn't get my lunch break at the right time. Glad you have come back, Adam. Keep them coming. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I got a new computer. I got this sexy thing. You see this? This is my computer. His name is Bert with 2 R's.
What is it with you and like super gay spelling?
BRRT.
BRRT?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bert.
I thought it was like.
Okay. No, there's no vowels
Why
at all.
Why BRRT?
I don't know. It's just natural. Right. I didn't name him myself.
Oh, who named
Nisha
him?
named him.
Oh,
she
okay.
said, maybe it's like a Bert, and I'm like, it's Bert. BRRT.
Oh, I kind of got that. It's like that's like the sound it makes when you start it.
Does it?
Mm.
No, he's silent.
Silent but deadly.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the super chat, though. I appreciate you. Sunny says, I miss you on Twitter, Mike.
Oh, thank you. I miss being there.
I had to quit that platform cold turkey. I had to get rid of that stress. Love you guys. So thank you, Sunny.
Love you too.
That's Sunny Finnell. I don't know if you know who that is, but
I think
they
so.
miss you.
Oh.
Garrett again says, when you were talking about those diamond batteries being like a wireless power source is similar to what Bob Lazar explained. This will be the future. You know, that actually reminds me, I've got some really interesting guests coming next week that we're going to be talking about the future of energy, the future of space, commercialization, really, really cool stuff. The guests that I have coming are really big in like specific. I can't even tell you who they're a part of, but they're double masters in. They have like masters in these different sciences, and they're they're in some pretty big companies that are making moves. That's all I can say. But they're going to blow my mind away. I'm really excited to hear about what they have to say. And it has to do with space travel, the future of space energy, and the future of energy on this planet. Very exciting stuff. And that's all I can say.
Gosh, that's what I was going to talk about today.
Sorry. Well, we had a good interview, though. Giorgio says, these NYC leftists need a trip to the Middle East. Do you agree? What do you think?
Sure. Why just stop at NYC ones? Like,
yeah, right.
I mean, I guess I like that idea because sort of like clear them out of my city, but
or at least let them get a realization of what really it is out there to be oppressed and to have people that freedom of speech is not global right now.
Add in also like, okay, so I feel like this might sound bad, but I feel like there are certain black people who I feel like woke up one day a couple years ago and realized they're black. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of these people probably never thought about all this stuff in their entire lives, and now suddenly, oh, I'm oppressed.
Yeah, I think it's bigger than that. I think it's because really what it's about, if you're defining who you are, like the person you are, on things you can't change, that's a problem, right? That's it. Yeah. It's not about race. It's not about your orientation of who you prefer to sleep with. It's like, if that's your whole identity, you need to check yourself, because that's not what things should be about. You should be about the things you do, the what you're making a difference in other people's lives and making other people happy, and while also making yourself happy. That's the key. You know what I mean?
That's why I never got along with those gay guys, the ones who just like live, sleep, eat, and breathe being gay and just conform to everything that's expected of you and every stereotype. And
gosh, that's the worst.
I hate that.
Oh man. All right, let's keep it moving.
Like, being gay isn't a substitute for a personality.
Right. I agree. Let's see. Chef du jour says, did any of the walkaway speakers try the beaver nuggets I dropped off for you in Dallas?
Hey,
what did you think of them? Hello, by the way.
Hey, I didn't know that was a thing until I saw your comment yesterday. I was like, I've never had beaver, and I didn't.
Were they?
In more ways than one. I've never had the beaver nuggets.
You heard it here. He's never had beaver.
Gold star.
Oh, that's funny.
I wish I knew, though. No, nobody told me that you made stuff for us, but I really appreciate it, and I love you, and thank you, and I want to have those. Shut up, Adam.
Wait, you said you want to have beaver?
I don't know. I'm like one bad date away from considering.
Oh, my gosh. This is hilarious. All right. Tam Tom says, Trump 2020. I'm inclined to agree. Kim Ruddy says, Mike, you are my spirit animal. Love you.
Oh, I love you. Thank you.
Adam, so proud of you for sharing your positivity and beautiful spirit with the world. Keep shining, boys. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
And Kim Ruddy became a member. Do me a favor. You see the little button on that light right there?
The button?
Yeah, right there. It's right there.
That?
Tap it. Bing, bing, bing. Tap it a few times. Bing, 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 bing.
Whoa!
That's all right. Thanks for
broke that with your studio.
Thanks for becoming a member. That happens a lot. Don't worry. It's not broken. It's just the spinning light bulb just got wrecked. You smashed the like button.
I'm smashing. Oh, I wish I've had this much smashing like since fucking block-ups.
Language.
I said frickin'. That's like.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. It didn't even dawn on me. Dave Ross says, entertaining guests. Keep it up.
Oh,
yeah, it's been fun.
Thank you.
Sparky says, Eisenhower, a Republican, identified as a liberal. Ah, interesting. I didn't know that. Jedi Knight Anna Quinn Cringewalker says, I noticed during the town hall, Trump somewhat hinted ours brother died of Rona a few weeks back. I guess maybe his brother died of Rona. I think he did have it.
Did he?
Yeah. Well, he announced, because I followed him on Twitter actually, and he talked about how the doctor said that he had it and he's fine. But then, of course, the next day he passed away, or 2 days later. It was really sad. So,
did you see these lovely, charming, classy people that was trending?
I don't even want to talk about
#wrong Trump.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Aren't they lovely?
No, they're the worst. People are so negative, and it just drives me nuts.
It's beyond
They
negative,
love it. They're
though,
addicted to the negativity.
To the
Actually,
hate.
Carlin talks about this, how they're addicted to the emotion of hate and negativity, and it's terrible. Well, hold on, I just want to finish the super chat here. It says, it was good knowing his counseling of that woman came from losing his own bro. Really sad. Yeah, that man, it's Trump's been through a lot. You know, now he's lost both of his brothers. His other brother died to alcoholism in the 80s.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't drink.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't drink. And you know, now his brother, even his grandfather died in 1918 of the last great pandemic that we had to deal with. So people give him way too much clout for handling things when he's doing the best he can do.
Yeah,
man, that's a whole nother conversation.
What would they do?
I know, right? Exactly. Maddie says, everyone should want Trump to win, if only for the Alyssa Milano meltdown spectacular. Nice. Alchemy Mind says, military-industrial complex always against Trump. They want wars to fund the business. Boom. Boom. Follow the money. Freddie Last says, keep it up. I will. Thank you so much. Oh, man. We've got a super chat jump. There we go. John says, the recent peace deals are evidence that Trump will win. If he were losing, why would these countries let him broker deals for them? That's a good point. I mean, and he's really doing a great job. I'm gonna talk about this soon because he's doing a lot of stuff. Normally I do segments about different things. Yeah. Obviously I had a guest today, so a wonderful guest. It was great. Thanks for coming down. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's been great. Bleewid Scorpio. Sorry, I had to say that right. Somebody tweeted that President's grab comments worse than WAP song. I rebutted saying it promotes being a like a sleazy woman, and I got permanently banned. People, I mean, seriously, Twitter is going nuts. Aaron Weiss says, Adam, open your Twitter DMs. Emails are kind of hard to send when you're a Zoomer. LOL. I don't want to do that. That's not happening. Sorry. Jedi Knight.
That was rude.
I could be brutally honest sometimes.
Okay, I mean, I'm no different, but
yeah,
I'm at least like, oh yeah, totally, I will.
Nope, I'm not doing it. No, I can't do it.
You might have just ruined someone's day.
Well, Aaron Weiss, you can hit me up on Parler. You can hit me up on Facebook. Sometimes I do try to maybe Instagram at Adam over here at Adam Crigler. You can hit me up there. I don't want to open my Twitter DMs because I like that I don't have to deal with well, the Twitter DMs I talk with a lot of I got guests that are coming, and if I opened it up I might lose a lot of not lose but have to like find these conversations. Like on Instagram it's actually organized that you can have two different sections for like I don't know. It's a little easier.
I thought you meant open her message, not the whole DMs.
No,
okay.
Open your DMs means you're allowing anyone to send you messages. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do that.
I didn't know you could switch that. I must have had mine. I could have had mine closed that whole time.
Yeah, I guess so. All those death threats.
I know.
I don't want that. I'm sure there's people
out there
that are like,
though.
This guy, I can't stand him. He's voting for Trump now. Whatever. Let's see. Jedi Knight Anakin Cringewalker again says, your boy Cringewalker got a 5-day suspension yesterday for quoting police. They said protesters were saying, we hope you die. I copy paste. Bam. They were saying that. That is literally what they were saying to these people, to these two police officers that were getting shot. That got shot. It was insane. That whole thing is ridiculous.
That whole thing made me even more furious than I already was at these people who say ACAB. When you see the images of the police officer, that woman who was shot in the face and
bleeding
was still,
all over her chest,
still helping her partner, and you have the audacity to say ACAB. I guess I can't say what it stands for, but
they know what it stands for. Yeah.
In the same breath as saying, don't judge an entire group by a minority, but then judging an entire group by a minority.
Yep, exactly.
It's ridiculous. Insane.
Let's see. ID Walk Away says, hey, Mikey, in Bushwick, Daniel Christman is the only one running against DSA senator there, and his platform is built around getting people out of the projects. It's called Deed Not Leases. Deeds Not Leases. Might want to look him up. Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, totally. That sounds great.
I definitely like that. Yeah, I mean,
wow, someone running in Bushwick. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, good for Daniel. I mean, that's huge.
What's his name again?
Daniel Christman.
I'm gonna look you up
like Christmas,
tonight.
But Christman. So.
Oh, you just made me really upset for me because I was thinking about Christmas, who's on Big Brother right now. She's terrible, and we hate her and want her to get voted out, but she's still there, and it's All Stars, and that she should not be on All Stars. Okay, I just had to rant about that.
Okay, get it out. You good?
But what I was gonna say is, back to reality.
Yeah, reality. Reality check.
This upsets me to no end about my awful. I like to say now I'm a member of the second worst party.
Okay.
It upsets me to no end that in so many local areas, especially cities and blue areas, they do nothing. They don't even try to win. They don't run real candidates. They run these like sacrificial lambs who it's their job to just lose and not make a fuss and not create a stir. It's like, and just in my lifetime.
That's what we need.
Yes.
We need a stir.
Yes. Just in my lifetime in New York, we've had Republican mayors, senators, governors, and then it's as if they just conceded this whole city, and they're like, oh, we won't win there. And meanwhile, like I said, and now you've had not just the left, but the radical left taking over. We've had for a while now the most radically far left mayor in our history. You see the results of it.
Ridiculous.
And I am so sick of my party just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, doing nothing.
Yep.
And let me tell you, sorry, not to rant about
Rant
this.
it out. Get it out. You clearly want it.
This is going to sound unexpected coming from me. I sometimes get annoyed when people just bash AOC, and I'll tell you, I obviously can't stand her. Okay. However, I'll tell you why. Because my neighborhood, her district starts like a block away from me, so I'm right by her district.
Sure.
Before anyone knew who she was, I saw her pretty much every day handing out flyers, knocking on doors.
Yeah.
I can't criticize her because she earned that victory.
Yeah.
I only like people who just bash her. I only wish that Republicans would put in a tenth of the effort into their elections that she put into hers.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the thing is like, my congresswoman runs unopposed from like even the Democratic Socialists run candidates against her, but Republicans can't be bothered.
Yeah,
they don't do anything.
There's something about AOC that I actually like. She's teaching us that you can.
Yes, I know what you mean.
You could be a star in Congress. I know this might not be what you were expecting, but it's like she's got millions of followers. She's got. She's a star in the world of the political realm. We need to bring an essence of that. We need to want people to revere government officials. Yeah. Right now, everyone hates government officials,
and that's the
there's
thing.
people that hate AOC, but there's a lot of people that worship her too. Which I feel like those are the two extremes. Now, if we could bring it into the middle and have people just simply respect the people in government, I don't know. There's something about that.
I was trying to make this point a while ago, and people got pissed off at me. They didn't want to hear it. She is very good at relating to the specific people who live in her district.
Right.
It's not because of policies.
Yep.
It's because, and when they attack her for being a bartender, I'm like, that's the only thing that I like about. I love the idea that you could go from being a bartender to being in Congress. What a great country. I want more bartenders, more construction workers, more police officers. So anyway, my point in this whole convoluted rant is run for things.
Yes.
Run
for things.
Yeah.
Know who your representatives are, and if you don't like them, become the representative. I saw someone in regular chat just said that you should run for your district. You thinking about it?
Are you kidding me?
What? No, I'm not kidding.
Okay, first
I'm agree. Wow, someone just said, "Are you kidding?" Right? That's pretty funny. Just as you said it.
Do you have any idea all the bleep pics that would come out?
Okay, moving on.
Just say the truth. No, okay, you know what sucks too is I think I could run for something as a Republican today and get more votes than the people running would. And that's not
probably.
Because, and I don't know anything. I'm a moron. That's not a credit to me. It's a commentary on how horrible they are.
Well, the system, and they're like, well, that's a blue district, so.
Oh, we won't win.
Yeah, no, whatever.
Let's do nothing. Do you know how many
For the
people
record,
told me?
hold on. I just want to say, for the record, I don't like AOC myself.
Oh, I don't either, of course.
Right? I want to say this. I see a lot of people in
I
chat.
know.
They're like, oh,
they don't want to hear nuance.
Adam likes AOC. No. That is the only thing I want people to learn from her is what you made. You made a great point. Determination to get into government, to make a difference. There's something that you can at least acknowledge that is respectable about that. Just because it's a different type of policies that you don't like doesn't mean that you can learn from that and move in the same direction and make policy changes yourself. So.
And also that I'm sorry, it's unfortunate, maybe, but that having a compelling, engaging, relatable personality matters.
Yeah.
Republicans cannot keep running Wilford Brimley. It is not relatable to people in these districts.
No one cares.
So I know a lot of people get mad when you try to say something objective.
Anna's thoughts and musical parodies says, I got you both on video at the #walkaway rally in Philly.
Thank you.
It's on my YouTube channel. Love you both. Oh, thank you, Anna.
That's awesome.
Right on. Thank you. This person, I have no idea how to pronounce that because I think it's Japanese, says, Mike, most of your stories seem to boil down to burn the heretic. I mean,
am I the heretic, or am I?
They're trying to burn you down. That's what I feel.
Basically.
Yeah, basically, right? Ben Jennings says, let's have a #walkaway rally in Colorado. Great show, guys. Congrats.
Yes. Hi, I know.
Congrats again, Mike, on making it on Adamcast IRL.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I'll take that as a compliment too.
It is. I've been so excited. I posted in your Adamcast group last night. I was like, that moment when you have to wake up early but you can't sleep because you're going to be on Adamcast tomorrow.
That's awesome. Oh, that means a lot to me. So thank you, Ben, and thank you everybody who shows up for my show too, and especially you for coming down and being on.
It's such an honor.
The Gray Gamers became a member. Bing, 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 bing. It's okay. The light is. Don't worry about it. No, it's okay. It's a weird balancing act that you got to do. What? Don't worry about it. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But the Gray Gamer, the light is binging on and off somewhere in the universe for you, or maybe not our universe.
In Joe Biden's brain. I don't know.
No, it's
flickering.
Just off. It's just off. The Night Bean, or I'm sorry, not Night Bean, says Tim is back on his Civil War train again. I am with Razorfish. Personally, this isn't a civil war for America. It is a civil war for the Democrats and the left. That is absolutely accurate. It's not most Americans are like, these people need to stop. This is crazy. And I 100% agree. The Ideological Way says, hey, Mikey, I met you at the first #walkaway LGBT
oh my God,
event.
I love you.
In NYC. Do you still live here? You do.
I
live,
do.
You do live
I'm sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
Was that the end of it?
No, there's more.
Go on.
Do you still live in NYC? Seen you traveling a lot lately. Awesome to see you on here. This is a great episode.
Oh, thank you. Yes, and it's so funny because I was just thinking about you the other day watching your Instagram stuff that I met him at our very first event we did.
Cool.
It was at LGBT Town Hall. It was my first time ever public speaking, and I was a wreck. And so
okay.
and so he was like this really awesome person that we met there, and I feel like this was like a year and a half ago or something like that.
Right on.
And then I feel like when I met him, he was sort of more like meek and stuff like that, and now I see him making videos on Instagram like a damn warrior, and he's
awesome.
just become this wonderful, outspoken, really brave, awesome person. So I'm so proud of you, dude.
Right on.
You're crushing it.
I'm proud of you too. I don't even know you, but it sounds like you're doing what I would approve.
He's great.
Just speaking out. Heather says, number 1, bless you, Mikey.
Oh, thank you, Heather.
And listen to Dr. K. Number 2, Adam, what are your thoughts about the new Dune trailer? I think it looks sick.
Do you like Dune?
I do. Do you like Dune?
I've never seen it.
Oh, well, all right.
Didn't David Lynch do the original?
Did he do the original? Yes, I think so.
That's the only reason I've ever had any interest.
Because Kyle
MacLachlan?
MacLachlan? He's awesome. I love that guy.
Yeah. Have you seen Mulholland Drive?
I do, but I don't remember it at all.
What?
It was because I saw it like right when it came out.
Me too.
It came out a long time ago. I don't really remember it that much.
I'm okay. This is gonna sound super gay,
but go ahead, lean in.
I'm a little bit bitter that Dune comes out the same day as West Side Story, and there's not a trailer for West Side Story yet.
That's why you're of all the things that we went over today. That's why you're bitter.
Yeah. No, I'm bitter for like 1,000 reasons.
Okay. That's funny.
Single bitter person is like number 1 atop the list. West Side Story is like 3 or 4.
Okay. All right. Fair. All right. Maverick says, "Hey Adam, great that you have Mike on. please have Lauren Chen on. Can I come on the show soon? Maybe. I don't know. Send me. And you were actually talking about her earlier, weren't you? Did you ask me about her?
I'll introduce you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
She's awesome.
If you're watching, hi.
She's honestly just like the nicest person. She's
that's
amazing.
great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I like that we sort of, I feel like, are sort of like gathering our squad of all the good people.
I dig
who
that.
don't suck. You know? Because there are a lot of those.
Yeah. I got this crazy close-up zoom cam. I'm like, oh, zoom. And it's you can't see it, but it's pretty funny. I got a crazy zoom. Anyway, let's keep moving here. Wimplo says Bert is the sound of freedom. A10, which is actually the gun I'm thinking about buying. Anyway,
can you hear? Is it different than New York?
I'm not going to be here for much longer.
Oh yeah.
Move into an undisclosed location.
Oh, you got to tell me after.
I'll tell you
actually,
after.
In New York, to get any sort of like firearm license, they say you need a reason. Screw you. The reason is the Constitution.
It's 2 letters.
Yeah.
Well, a number and a letter.
A number and a letter. Yeah.
2A.
I know.
Period.
But I had this was a while ago. I had a stalker who had a gun and was sending me pictures, found out where I live, was sending dead animals to my house.
Whoa.
Sending me pictures with a gun on his lap. I'm gonna find you. I found out he had his gun illegally. So that was when I applied for my firearm.
Yeah.
Denied. They said that's not a good enough reason.
What?
If that's not a reason, can anyone get one in New York?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's insane. Adam's Pocket says, I don't match the rest of your shirt, bruh. Yeah, but... Hold on.
That is great.
I gotta give... All right, so... Look at this. It's a skateboarding monkey.
Oh, that's
It's a monkey in a tree, hanging from a vine, holding a skateboard. Anyway,
precious.
The shirt is awesome, and you're jealous.
No, it is.
Enough that you changed your YouTube name to say Adam's Pocket.
I love that.
Well, thank you for that, Adam's Pocket.
You should get that tattooed.
With the
skateboarding monkey.
Isn't he cool?
Yeah, I like him.
I got this in Copenhagen, actually.
Oh, really?
With me and Tim were both there skating the skate park in Christiania. It's a free town. Really cool place. Elizabeth Beardsley says, Mikey, I swear I had a premonition about y'all in Dallas. Glad you're okay.
Really?
Do you think most Americans still understand the benefits of some degree of free market? Interesting. Well, yeah, that's kind of a
where to start on
deep
that?
question. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think so. Yeah, I mean, free markets are really important.
Yeah, I think I don't know if this is necessarily free market, but I think that a big problem economically has been that I really feel like we need to educate the masses on the difference between capitalism and corporatism.
Yeah, okay.
Hashtag corporatism isn't capitalism.
Right. And that's what we're in. We're in a corporatism.
Exactly.
This isn't capitalism anymore.
No, and then you wonder why all these kids are becoming socialists because they don't really even know what capitalism is.
Yeah. We need an economic class in high school. People need to understand economics.
Enough communism class.
Gosh, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think that's pretty important.
Right on. Kimchi93 says, you need to have Benjamin Boyce on. He was at Evergreen when the madness happened and studied under Weinstein. He has a YouTube now. Love your stuff. Well, thank you, Kimchi. You know who that is?
I am a fan of his. I love him.
Oh,
and
cool.
I am very offended because I swear I am the only alphabet person left that he has not had on his show.
Oh, well, if you're listening, Benjamin.
Yeah. I am
guy,
offended.
Come on, get him on the show.
I've said that to him.
I've had him on my show.
Yeah.
Come on. So maybe he's too big for you now.
No way. No, he's too big for me.
I'm just kidding.
It's just funny that he's had literally like every alphabet person who opposes the left on.
Yeah,
I'm the only one.
But you have the Twitter ban disease, right? So they don't want to. They don't want to catch that. By your own admission. Let's see. Little Ragamuffin says, what you are does not define who you are. We're both clapping.
Hell yeah.
We love that. Don says, Adam, Google white American inventors and look at the images. The manipulation of Google is out of control.
No.
Also, look at who they claim created whites. I don't use Google. I don't use Google.
No, well, I've started using DuckDuckGo.
I use DuckDuckGo
because
I don't even know if
whenever
that
I'm trying to
doesn't even. Although someone, oh man, there's a shirt that, or not a shirt. I just read someone's. I like the shirt, Adam. Thank you, Jenny's. But there's a browser that has like an embedded free VPN, which is really interesting. I forget the name of it, but it's really dope. But yeah, don't use Google. Use DuckDuck. Shun says the best part of this gay guys leading walk away, exposing the bigotry and hypocrisy of the left in full swing. It's true. That's what's happening. Stay strong and fabulous. Trump 2020.
Aw, thank you, darling.
Yeah, definitely. The man behind the screen says, great show tonight, Adam. Mike's a fantastic guest.
Aw, thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and second that.
Oh, I love you guys. You're so nice to me.
And Mr. Paul R. says, Mike Harlow can make a change in government. It's a learning process. You and Adam are the future.
All right, are we going to run together?
Are we 2020?
The depicted.
Crigler Harlow 2024.
Or Harlow Crigler.
No, I'm president.
No. Harlow Crigler. We'll have them vote.
Who should be president? Anyway.
No, you should. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. I love when people say, they're like, why should we listen to you? I'm like, you shouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, you should do your own thing.
I don't know my ass from my elbow.
So that was fun. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for
why don't
having
you
me.
tell people, there's the camera there. Why don't you tell people where to follow you?
Have I been facing the wrong way this whole time?
No, we're talking.
Okay.
We've been talking. So tell them where to follow you, what you're doing, anything you want to plug, whatever.
If you are, we're doing these walkaway rallies everywhere. If you're in Florida this coming weekend, we're going to be in Tampa, then Sarasota, and coming up we have like Nashville. Big event in DC, October 3rd.
October 3rd.
Lots of awesome people. Dan Crenshaw is going to be speaking.
I saw that. Yep. It's going to be cool.
Dan Crenshaw. My nipples will be tingly. Dan Crenshaw. Just thinking about how our children would have little eye patches.
That's cute.
So cute.
That's cute.
I love him.
Clearly.
I love him.
Okay,
Anyway,
calm down. Splash some water on your face.
Okay.
You're good.
Anyway, come to our event. It's all on walkawaycampaign.com. And then for me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have no subscribers. It's tragic.
Subscribe to him.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm banned from Twitter, but hashtag free Mike Harlow. Follow me on Instagram, Sleepy Harlow.
Yep, they're
Facebook.
Just above you. You could just go like this.
Where?
To your right. There it is. You're looking right at it.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Oh, you have stuff on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
just look up.
Yeah, I'm the genius who is going to lead our government. Can't even get on a damn train.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I had a really good time. Thank you for coming
so
down.
much for having me. This is
awesome. It was
awesome.
a great conversation. Laughed a lot, learned a lot about you, and I'm glad that you made it through what you've gone through. It's an incredible journey. So, and thank you all for joining us.
Can
really
we
appreciate
wait?
it.
You know what we need to do?
What do you want to do? You want to fist bump? Oh, okay. All right, let's do this.
We need has anyone done this before on here?
I think I don't know.
No. It's the first one.
All right,
dude.
Official fist bump, boom. There it is. You can kind of see it. I need a group camera, but I'm switching soon, so to a new studio.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a wide angle to get everybody. So you guys are great. Thank you for showing up. That was a really fun time that we had.
Thank you so much for having me. This is awesome.
We're gonna go eat some amazing vegan wings from Blackbird, Philadelphia. Incredible vegan pizza shop. It's incredible. So thank you all very much, and have a wonderful night. Thank you. Right in the middle of the hallway is the big bathroom because they're recording. They're live right now.